out. All right, and 3, 2, you're live.
Hi, we're doing this again, and we're glad you're here. Hi, what the fuck's up, everybody? Matt Ryan here on the Matt Man YouTube channel, and it is the end of an era, even though there will be another show at some point. But it's our last monthly UFC stream here on the Matt Man YouTube channel. I'm your host, Matt Ryan, joined as always by the voice in my ear and yours. It's MG Geek. You can find him on the X, gonna give it to you, unless you're on Blue Sky or, Instagram or Nihente. Are you on J-Date, Matt?
I am not. I missed that one. My apologies.
Missed opportunity for you, but it's MG Geek to Fight Forever on X. And also, you know her, you love her, you can follow her on TikTok. It is Stephanie Sotilli and Meatloaf.
And Meatloaf, hello. Yes, I thought you said you can. Find him on Hentai for a second.
Yes, you can. You actually can find him.
That is.
He's actually listed in 17 different volumes of Tentacle Fornicator 6539.
Mm-hmm.
He's listed as Tentacle Jim.
Okay. What to do with that?
To know that.
Yes, and you're the one who got the education.
I know.
You got the clown costume.
Not in hentai. That's not what they teach you at Hofstra, surprisingly.
Really?
Long Island is not known for hentai information.
At different times then.
Very different. I knew no one that liked that stuff. Although I don't think that was much of a conversation among the drama department.
No. Broadcast department, yeah, we're all degenerate.
All about the hentai.
Yeah. No trouble. But we're here with you for UFC 296. And holy Jesus, is this a card full of trash people and good-ass fights. Let's take a look at the chat. We've got Joe Blair waiting to hear Covington get lamped. Trigger D! We got Stanley Franklin in the chat. Young Ed Tucker 88. And you know what you can do? If you're a long time, first time, or last time, you can donate to the cause in the super chat. Hit that and give us a little straight cash, homie. And lean and rock with it as we're feeling a little zesty, feeling a little citrusy here on a cold as fuck Saturday night in the studio. And we got Raiden Thacker in there. It's a whole bunch of long times. And you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ryan Yells. And you can follow me on Blue Sky now at Matt Ryan Yells. And also on Instagram, I think at Je suis Matt Ryan. And you can just give us money in the super chat. But let's run through the card we have for you tonight. We're starting out with Josh Emmett, who's plus 200 underdog going against Bryce One Ball Mitchell. Mitchell up minus 250. And we move on in that card. Tony Ferguson is in the second fight of the main card, and he is fighting Paddy Pimblett. Pimblett, a minus 350 favorite, walking into tonight's fight. That is going to be interesting. I'm kind of rooting for El Kakui, because how do you not root for Tony Ferguson? Tony goddamn Ferguson. And we move on in this card. Stephen Thompson going against Shavkat Rakhmonov, and that is our co-main event, as we have two title fights for you tonight, as Brandon Royval looks to take the UFC Flyweight title from Alexandre Pantoja. Pantoja, a minus 200 favorite, but Royval, a really close plus 165 underdog. The odds are a little close for my liking there. And in the main event, speaking of close odds, Leon Edwards at minus 150, defending his welterweight championship against Colby Covington, who is plus 125. Do we think that is on some bullshit? Because it is very interesting to me how Covington in his first fight in Matt, keep me honest here, 2 years outside of when he got 2-piece of biscuit and a little bit of that cha-cha slide from Jorge Masvidal outside Poppy Steak in Miami.
I believe it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been that long. Right.
Yeah, and like he's
something.
He's kind of a guy. Like I don't know. I've never bought into the Colby Covington hype.
You know what it is? He's poor man's Conor McGregor that isn't as good.
He's not Conor. He's a broke-ass Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
but like
fair.
even that, like he doesn't talk like Conor. He's trying to be a jingoist, but it's too much of a shoot. And like I don't know, that jacket he wore when he looked like Ultimate Warrior at SummerSlam '92, it was disconcerting as fuck.
But has he thrown more guardrails and or made more whiskeys?
No,
Not at all. Okay.
no. Conor McGregor firmly with crooked numbers in that category. Colby Covington.
He is number one in the making whiskeys and throwing guardrails at
and
buses
fighting old men.
and fighting
Nice.
old men
Yes.
and being Irish.
Yes. I don't know what he's from. He went to Oregon State. I don't know what his background is. It's just kind of like
You know,
he's got a very squished face. In the Modelo live looking at Ojos Locos in Las Vegas, Nevada. They have some great tacos in Las Vegas. I was just out there earlier this month for some football related things, and Michael Chandler there in the building, and so is Alexandre Volkanovski. Let's take a look in the chat. The Hungover Moth, he talks like a playground bully. Oh, speaking of playground bullies, wow.
Kid Rock.
And then there's Mario Lopez behind a 6'8" caramel apple. that skin color, like you only see that walking down Canal Street trying to go to dim sum. Like when you look in the windows and you see the Peking duck, it's like that, Hogan in '87, and I believe the Phoenix Suns logo in 1994.
Is Kid Rock going to be his running mate? Is that what is he soft launching him and Kid Rock?
This is the Republican National Convention right there at ringside.
He's gonna be the Secretary of Owning Libs.
Secretary of Rock.
Shout out to Mikey Santellin joining us in the chat. A little bit of a different visual setup for us tonight because the last time we were here, we shifted the studio around. And now I've also shifted how I work, and it makes things a little easier for me. Josh Emmett looking like what Cro-Magnon Bill Burr would look like, and Bryce Mitchell continuing to look like the king of street beefs. Nice treasure trail. Megan O'Leary dressed up like a wonderful chandelier. Just all the sparklies here tonight. And we didn't play the game, but we'll play it on UFC 300. The next time we will be with you, which is our swan song of swan songs, we'll have singing, dancing, and possibly a puppet. That'll be UFC 300. So follow me on Twitter at Matt Ryan Yells if you want more content of me talking about stuff. As Bryce Mitchell looking like Bo from Superstore, making his walk to the octagon, looking like the QVC equivalent of the lead character from Letterkenny. It is Bryce Mitchell from Texarkana, Texas. I love the fact that Bryce Mitchell is from Texarkana, Texas.
I thought we were going to get a third TV show reference.
Oh, no.
Well,
No. Give me a second here.
Jesse Pinkman? Anything?
No.
We're looking at the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pinkman works. Taking a look at the chat here.
You know, if you do some maneuvering, you can take a look at the chat right here.
Yeah, I know.
If you move that.
My notes right there.
Yeah, but you move it. Ah, okay. You can't make anything smaller.
Shout out to Deacon Mendez in the chat. Todd Duffy versus Gregor Silva. I feel like the next life of this show is just doing watch-alongs of freak fights.
I mean, Young Ed makes a good point. Where do when Matt ditches us? That's what I'm wondering.
Well,
Where do?
Here's a secret. I may not be gone forever. I'll just be gone for a while. So you stay here. And then when I figure it out, y'all will know. And we'll be back.
Keep following the channel.
Yeah, keep following the channel. Watch the channel. Keep MG employed. Like,
yes.
if you don't donate to the super chat every month, we then have to take MG to a forest and have him forage for berries. And if you've seen what he looks like, the man can't forage.
Fair.
So please give us money so he can buy porridge. Power to the people. Oh, this is gonna be a weird
That
one.
rhymed. You rhymed. This is
Fucking
going to be a
weird one.
wild night, isn't it?
Oh, baby boys, lock in. Shout out to Stanley Franklin. And shout out to Raiden Thacker. Masvidal will be day 2. You know, it would be hilarious if Covington has to speak in the middle of the day in the RNC and Masvidal gets a primetime spot. And thank you, Raiden. Rest in power to Fat Baby, original Fat Baby, Coco, Olive's older sister. She passed away last week, and I picked her up today. So she is on the mantle of honor alongside Paul Heyman pop figures, the late and great Chubby the dog, and other bric-a-brac. But Mikey Santellan, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who joins us in this chat every show. I don't want to not do the show anymore, but I kind of need a break. And yes, I'm going to take MG to a farm upstate, Joe. And shout out to Joe Blair, longtime friend. Joe Blair started listening to me talk and yell at people in 2009. I think. Wow. It was like 2009, 2010.
I was just gonna say earlier as I was running dishes.
Yes.
We doubled the amount of dead dogs in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Right. Yeah. You're okay.
It's just, I don't know how to feel about that.
It's
don't
just
be afraid. It's not good. No, Olive is okay. Olive was
it's just two. We went from my dead dog and then yours, but that's still double.
Yeah.
It's still funnier to say we doubled the amount of dead dogs. High five.
Yeah.
And a bit awkward, but that's okay.
Look, it's either.
I mean, the ashes aren't loose; they're in an urn.
Tail of the tape. It's either that or I'm always angry, and that's fun for no one. Emmett 38, Bryce Mitchell 29. Olive, get the fuck away. Emmett 5'6.5", Mitchell 5'10". Half-pound advantage and hot in weight for Emmett, both at 70-inch in terms of reach. And we are here in the Matt Men YouTube channel, and look at that. Looking like a preening peacock. Bruce Buffer in, is that turquoise? That looks like turquoise.
Yes.
That's a beautiful jacket. Notice Matt wants to quit when we ask too many questions about Brendan. Brendan is at home. He was just in a production of A Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm in danger.
Grinch
Please don't ask him anything else about Brendan.
You can follow him on Instagram. He posts about things. Sometimes posts about Catalyst
Please
Wrestling.
Don't stop asking about Brandon. More. Please be quiet. What's going on? I'm so excited for the fight, Matt.
You're trying to catch me in charge for no reason.
This has to do with the Illuminati. Don't ask him any questions.
I was in the Illuminati. That would just be low bar. Like Carrot Top would be in the Illuminati before me, I think. You know, just me. Bryce Mitchell is 5-0 on UFC pay-per-views and looks exactly like Jamie Noble. It is uncomfortable. Like my man, he looks like if Jamie Noble just had 15 less points on his IQ. Because the man lost the ball. Also, there's like a divot. There's like a shaved line in between his sideburns and his beard. Josh Emmett has that because he's bald-headed. Like Jimmy Valiant when Pej Watley shaved him. Because he has an onion head. It's the farmer versus the Falmer. Virginia Valley in the chat. Great to see you, Lord Batman and Olive the Fat Baby in the room with a television. Mikey Santellan saying a superstar comeback. Do you mean like superstar when he came back to the Fed in 87? Or do you mean like an ascension? Herb Dean, your referee for our first fight. Strap in, kids. It's going to be emotional through this one. 300 is just going to be a ha-ha giggle show, and then I'll cry at the end. But this is real as fuck. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's Emmett going up against Bryce Mitchell right now in our opening round. Dog is an asshole. Mitchell controlling the center of the octagon, wearing camo trunks. Camo board shorts, pardon me. Right to the body, missed by Emmett. Now controlling the center, misses a leg kick, does Mitchell. Vinatieri-esque kick by Emmett. That one misses towards the ankle of Mitchell. Mitchell now controlling the center of the octagon. 40 seconds gone by. Round 1 of 3 in the featherweight division. Emmett missing on those strikes, but looking to put some pressure. Nothing going here. Emmett, some of that electric football energy, just kind of bouncing and trying to move towards each other. Both men somewhat galloping, sidestepping towards each other. Mitchell gets tagged with the right hand. In the center now. Mitchell backs away. Left hand from Emmett. Misses with a right hand. But Mitchell now moving a little more erratically. Throws a low kick. Does not land. Everything about this fight, including the ads inside the octagon, make it feel like a 2008 fight. But we hear it in 2023. 3:16. What left to go in round number 1? I don't know what protein popcorn is, but I feel like, oh, Mitchell just got knocked the fuck out. Right hand from Emmett. Good night, the father of Tucker. So long, sucker. Josh Emmett with the KO.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Excuse me.
he's all right, folks. It's fine.
Oh, no, he's convulsing.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
Okay, let's
Jesus
cut away.
Christ.
Let's not show that. There
Oh,
you go.
no.
Let's not show that.
Oh, no, that was terrible. Oh, that was fucking
Oh,
frightening.
did you get a seizure?
Yeah, no, he's... Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Let's keep it on him. There you go.
Oh, God,
That's
no.
fine. Look at his nice tattoos, everybody. Look at the colors.
Oh, no.
Everything's fine.
Mm.
It's a sick tattoo. I'll say that. Those colors are lovely.
Oh,
They're going to show the replay. Okay.
okay. So
Emmett
I have
catches
the
Mitchell
audio in my ear.
Face with a right hand.
And-
It just catches him clean. And that's it's not on the side. It's straight forward. It was coming over with the right and
God.
caught him flush in the face. We'll see it again.
So I have the audio in my ear, and
Oh.
Joe Rogan was basically play-by-play in that seizure. Jesus.
Oh, God.
Mm.
Yeah, Mitchell got dropped with the right hand,
Oh.
and then it looked like Mitchell just started seizing and having a medical emergency of some sort. Hopefully he's fine. But
I mean, they
yeah, no, he's
All right, there you
he's
go.
talking to the doctor.
We're gonna have to.
He,
They're gonna have to stretcher him out. I think, though. I don't think he's gonna be able to get out on his
yeah,
own.
he's okay. He is astonished that he got knocked out that way. But Jesus, Josh Emmett. Whew.
And
The
the
human
seizure
body
didn't
does
happen
weird
right
things
away.
when it gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Good point, Joe Blair. What were you gonna say, Matt?
I said basically what he just said for the most part. Wow.
Wow. And Emmett and Mitchell dapping each other up. Good to see Mitchell okay, but that was
scary.
That was scary, man. That was fucking scary. So they're gonna have to take him to the hospital, and a knockout
he's-
like that. The great thing about the Nevada State Athletic Commission when it comes to fighter safety, they historically have been in past, like including the Mike Tyson fight, Liddell Ortiz, the third fight. You really see them take care of the fighters when it comes to the potential issue of cognitive problems, and a knockout like that would give me a ton of pause.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I don't know if the Nevada State Athletic Commission, I don't know how they'll handle the medical suspension for that coming out of this fight, but Jesus.
That was pretty bad, man.
Yeah. Coming up next, it's Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett, and that one's going to be fucking
I didn't
wacky.
even get a chance to put my live odds ticker up. Damn it.
Huh.
I'll do it in the
Shout out
second
to
round.
Dennis
We didn't
from
get that
Villa,
far.
donating $20 to the cause. Shout out to you, Dennis, for giving us some straight cash, homie. Deacon Mendez, why aren't they tending to him? They did. They helped him out of there. I think he's going immediately to the hospital. He's able to walk out under his own power.
He wanted to walk out,
But-
apparently, according to the commentary.
Yeah. I get that. I get the pride and the man thing, but dude, if my body just reset like a Windows 95 machine, I'd fucking I don't care.
I'm gonna become a baby. I'm a baby at that point.
Carry me out of there like Deborah Winger and an officer and a motherfucking gentleman. That's all I need. But Jesus, that right, it was a right hand over the top, so he caught him with his knuckles right underneath the cheekbone.
Ooh. On a side note, I'm watching Russell Wilson get his ass chewed by Sean Payton.
Literally?
Nice.
What did he do?
Hot.
Like literally.
Did he catch him with Sierra and all the fine fellas? Was that why?
Maybe, I don't know.
But
Sorry, guys. I'm a Lions fan. I'm slightly distracted tonight watching this.
How is that a change from any other show we've done?
Fair.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Do you remember the song stipulation when they donate?
Oh yeah, $20. Oh my God, Raiden Thacker donating $49.99 to the cause.
Holy moly!
Jared Leto looking like emaciated Jesus next to Theo Vaughn. But Raiden Thacker
guys.
donating $50 to the cause. Dennis Vivilla donating $20, some of that straight cash, homie. And Stephen Kelleher donating $50 to the cause. And folks, if you donate $20, you get a song. So Raiden Thacker and Dennis Vivilla get a song to choose.
If you remember the stipulation, they can choose any song that they want, and even if you don't know it, you still have to sing it.
Yes.
One verse.
One verse.
Don't know it, you make it up. Which also means you guys could just like put in fake song titles. Then
Well,
he'll
that's not
have
fair.
to make it up. It's not.
At that point, it just becomes a Who's Line game.
I used to love that show. I don't like the new versions they've come up with, but I used to love the original.
Which original? The Drew Carey original or the
No,
English
the
original?
English
Clive
one. Yeah.
That's Clive Anderson.
Yeah. I forgot his name for a second.
Put some respect on his name.
I
That is
forgot his
Clive
name for a
Anderson.
second.
It was
Bald white motherfucker
it was
was the
10
first thing I was gonna say.
10 seasons in the UK.
I know. I watched it too, lady. I had Comedy Central in the 90s. Fucking Jesus. Oh, Power Slap is back. If you want to feel the uncomfortability of the first fight again and again
And again.
and again and again and again, watch Power Slap. Because society can't kill itself on its own. That's why, working in that's marketing genius, Matt Ryan, right over fucking here. So yeah, if you want to sing a song, if you want me to sing for your fucking laughs, donate $20 to the cause. Love to hear anything by Styx. Well, Mikey didn't donate yet, did he? Did he? Who donated? How do I see this? I'm old. My butthole. Stephen Kelleher, Raiden Thacker, Dennis Vivilla. Power Slap sucks. Yes, Raiden. Yes, it does. And, of course, Colby Covington shows up dressing like that. And he's wearing his autographed hat, too. What a fucking mark. My God. What a fucking Mizark. Ugh. Joe Blair, that's a good one. I can't say those words together on camera because I don't believe them. And saying that could get me fired from some places, even in bit. No, Mikey, I was just making sure. I was checking through to make sure I wasn't fucking you out of a song. I was just checking that. I wasn't trying to money shame you. The fact you're spending your Saturday night with me, someone who found out the combination of something called berry tart and something called watermelon could make you feel like you could fight Ali. But I also have a cold, so my throat fucking hates me. My throat.
Wait, who hates you? Can I
lot.
join in on the conversation?
A lot of Jesus.
Christ.
Wow.
Ouch. Next week is
Guys,
the 10th anniversary of when we became friends. didn't. That's a decade of this shit.
Yes, 2013. Right. I was in a horrible job and depressed. So, you know.
No. Time is a flat circle. Stephen Kelleher. Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Wait, did either... So in the meantime,
No,
did
they have
either
not.
of
They have
them
not.
pick a song?
They have not yet.
You guys, you were owed any song you like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're overwhelmed by choices.
There are so many.
I would feel that way.
Tony Ferguson looks like a fucking Max Payne 3 character now. Just because he's... And Paddy Pimblett looks like... a Muppet? Like, not a Muppet, but a Muppet. That's not a... He looks like... He's Owen Hart. He looks like Diet Owen Hart.
No, he looks like one of the Von Erichs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. He looks exactly like Chris Von Erich. Oh, Jesus, Mary God.
Does that bode well for him?
No.
Okay.
No, that does not.
You don't want to go see the new movie about the Von Erichs?
I'm not going to see a movie that sad in a movie theater.
You saw The Wrestler.
Yeah, not in a movie theater. I found it on the internet like everybody else did.
Okay.
I'm not openly crying hearing Bad Street USA in a movie theater. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to see someone die in a Japanese hotel room and have an emotional connection to it next to somebody else. That's what I like about the modern age. Like, I don't have to deal with people. I can just watch a film on my couch with my dog and no one can bother me. And let us know Paddy Pimblett.
Okay,
I was going to say Bryce Mitchell was the favorite in that fight and he got hit with a reset button. My man has economy collapse and rebuild. He had to restart his Sims game. That's what happened. He lost all of his GTA save data in that moment. And now I could say, oh, Paddy Pimblett, he might get cooked. Because Tony Ferguson's not a normal human being. And Tony Ferguson does things that not normal human beings do. And that should concern him. Because anybody who fights Tony Ferguson... No, and also this could be his last fight. He may have to retire. He may get fired. I know right now Don Davis from the PFL is watching this fight so much. He's watching this fight very intensely now because he owns Bellator and PFL. And if he can get Tony Ferguson to do that. Also, Raiden Thacker... that's his song. Raiden donated $20, right?
50.
Oh. I'm gonna tell you a story. There ain't no home sweet home. It's home sweet misery. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Do. Bad Street in the whole USA. Do. Bad Street, nasty and hot. The further you went, the better it got. Do. Paddy Pimblett, 6-fight winning streak, former Cage Warriors featherweight champion, rocking the Porzingis Iverson braids. My man went and found someone, and there is a woman in a sports bra looking like Mia Hamm in the 98 World Cup. Very excited to see Paddy Pimblett with the Justin Timberlake, I'm cool now braids. Are we going to have to play Heaven Unit Champion?
Right?
Jesus fucking Christ, Joe. Stephen Kelleher, hope he doesn't get Bryce Mitchell. Good Lord. What song did he come out to?
Is the opening odds, by the way.
Let me see here. I don't see it on my screen. Mikey Santel donating $1.49. Oh, you're a mensch, buddy. The plus odd, it's plus 270 for Ferguson, minus 350 for Pimblett. Those are the live odds right here, right now. Jonathan Albaden saying Tony will winning. I'm inclined to agree with that level of confidence. Steph, your thoughts? You can just scream them.
No.
Fair enough.
There you go. There you go. She has spoken.
Paddy Pimblett looks like someone looked at every Guy Ritchie movie and was like, I can make that with some cum, and then just figured it out. I don't know why I said that sentence the way I said that sentence, but I feel like it was an accurate representation of who he is.
Thank you,
Tony
Mikey.
comes out to the party has begun. Ferguson making his walk to the octagon. And it would be really weird to see Tony Ferguson not fight anymore. Because when you watch the UFC and when you've covered the UFC for this generation, he's been one of the greatest what ifs in this generation of MMA. And to be completely honest, I hate that we got robbed of peak Tony Ferguson as a champion and championship contender because of injuries, because of different issues. Like, if we had the Tony Ferguson career that we deserved, it would have been a much better situation for all of us, I believe, as mixed martial arts fans. Now, we'll hear no slander on the matter.
Joe Blair. I love this one. I think you already said this, though.
Heaven May needed a champion, but Dana needs Vince to quit calling, pal. Oh, I can't. Oh, I don't have enough water to do that.
Don't have enough water for the Vince impersonations tonight.
Hold on.
I can fill a water bottle.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And possibly a Diet Coke beverage. Yeah. They had no Coke Zero at the thing. But let me know in the chat who you think's going to win, who you think's going to lose, and what do you think of my shirt? I'm a fan of it. It's got a fucking ash hole in it, but can't see it from this angle.
An ash hole?
Yes. I know how it sounds. Also, this is very much like vlogger visual, like this dark aesthetic with the single light in the background and my head and just like upper torso in frame, the mic in frame, so you know he's using an actual microphone. I am ADHD'd out. Ferguson 39, Pimblett 28, Ferguson 5'11", Pimblett 5'10", both coming in at 155.5 pounds, but a 3.5-inch reach advantage for Tony Ferguson. He might be a plus 270 dog, but if he's able to get within distance and start landing bombs, it's going to be a long fucking night. Kelleher picking him, Tony by KO. Everyone in the chat picking up against Paddy. Raiden Thacker picking that thread up. Paddy 4-0 as a UFC favorite, but Bryce Mitchell was 5-0 on pay-per-view until the first fight of the card. So who the fuck knows what's going to happen in this one? We are fight 2. We're about to enter fight 2. And what is it with these guys in treasure trails now? I just, it's very awkward seeing body. Oh, I know who Paddy Pimblett looks like. He does look like a Von Erich. He looks like Jeremy Allen White. Like a pastier Jeremy Allen White. And thank you, Hungover.
Oh, yep.
Paddy
By the way,
comes out
Matt,
to Cotton Eye Joe. Yes.
just so you know, the Lions scored again. I'm happy.
What's the score of that game?
35-10.
I picked the Lions in my pool, so I'm hoping the Lions win.
Yeah, well, they're pretty far ahead right now, so.
And Ferguson getting introduced to the crowd by Bruce Buffer, who more and more begins to look like, every time, Walter Mercado. He keeps looking like Walter Mercado. Paddy's chin is available. Very fair point, Stephen Kelleher. Robbie Fox and Sean Sheehan excited for this fight. And here we go with round number 1 in the lightweight division. Pimblett controls the center of the octagon, but Ferguson does have the reach advantage. Left hand thrown by Pimblett does not land. Same thing for one from Ferguson. Pimblett with a quick combination after colliding into Ferguson after a body kick. Head kick attempt blocked by Ferguson. Pimblett missing with 2 shots. Ankle kick. Spins out, does Ferguson after getting his ankle kick. Steps inside. Ferguson lands a right hand but gets caught with one himself. Leg kick. Then Pimblett goes down after checking that kick, does Ferguson. And now Pimblett trying to get inside again. Pushing away is Ferguson, trying to send Pimblett into the fence. He'll stop and square back up with his back to the fence. Ferguson blocks a kick. Pimblett missing with a left hand. Trying to go for the takedown is Pimblett. Ferguson finds a way out of it. 4:02 left to go in round number 1. Thank you so very much. Ferguson now avoids a kick to the knee, at least a full contact kick. Pimblett avoids a Ferguson shot to the midsection with that left hand. Overhand right by Ferguson, lands in the shoulder, and that one could have been dangerous as Pimblett was coming in with a kick. Pimblett keeping his hands somewhat low. Body kick by Pimblett lands into the ribs. Kick to the knee by Pimblett. Ferguson lands a left hand trying to prevent Pimblett from coming inside, using that distance, and slaps him with a left hand. Punch to the ribs by Ferguson. Pimblett trying to come in with a knee. Ferguson using that reach advantage here early. 3:13 left to go in the round. Punch to the rib cage again by Ferguson with that right hand, alternating his leading stance. Kicking to the back of the thigh again, punching to the midsection is Tony Ferguson. Pimblett kicking the inside of the thigh of Ferguson. Left hand thrown by both men, landing with varying degrees of success. Ferguson feeling more in the pocket here, lands another left. Another left hand landed by Ferguson. Misses one after he dips one from Pimblett. Punch to the midsection again by Ferguson. Another left hand from Pimblett. Push kick attempt by Ferguson, kicking the inside of the knee. You're starting to see swelling on the face of Pimblett and on his knees. Left-right combination. Ferguson lands a left as well. With 2:15 left. Spinning out. Ferguson gets a left-right to the fucking face and keeps standing. Ferguson gets hit again. Ferguson lit up by Pimblett. Ferguson throwing with getting hit with impunity. Pushes away with a left hand. Crane kick attempt weirdly by Pimblett. Didn't do the stance, but that shot. Left hand landed by Ferguson. Ferguson still in this one. 151. He is wobbly. He is moving around like me after 10 drinks at a holiday party. It might end up with an Uber with him and Hackensack wondering what the fuck is going on. Punch to the body missed by Pimblett. 99 seconds left to go in round number 1. Bring up those live odds. MG Pimblett with the right hand. Pimblett throwing wild. Ferguson with some raspberry jam in his face. From the nose and around the mouth, Pimblett trips up again after going for a leg kick. Minute 20 left to go in round number 1. Push kick by Ferguson. Push kick by Pimblett to the midsection. Looked like he was going for a savate kick to Pimblett or going for a cartwheel. Either way, both men almost end of Rocky 3 each other. And Ferguson getting... I don't know how Tony Ferguson is still on the way. And Ferguson is down. Pimblett takes the back. Goes for punches. Now in a standing mount. Ferguson doing everything he can to make it the final 43 seconds of this round. And Paddy Pimblett, for the love of God, choke him out before I choke myself out. Trying to take the back now is Paddy Pimblett. Gets the right arm. Cannot get it underneath. And now Pimblett turning over Ferguson with his body. Landing lefts and rights. Ferguson trying to defend himself. The referee might have to call this one. 18 seconds left in the round. Tony Ferguson rotates again. He is spinning and rotating like a rim on Pimp My Ride. He turtles up and lands on his back. And Pimblett trying to stop this fight. But Tony Ferguson will not stay down. And it's the end of round number 1. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Not you guys. You guys are cool.
Wow. Matt, you still with us?
Yeah, I think so. Put me in, coach. I'll score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Right there. In what sense?
Fair.
Wow.
All right, I'm back. Okay. That round,
Okay.
I don't know how
Yeah,
the fuck
so-
Tony Ferguson's alive, let alone
They pulled the
Pimblett.
live odds there during that bludgeoning, and I'll show you why in a second.
Is it like minus 1,000 now?
Something like that.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, why'd they lock the odds all of a sudden?
Oh.
And
Ankalaev and Walker 2 in a 5-rounder should be a fun fight. And here we go at round number 2.
my graphic isn't even big enough for 4 digits.
Ferguson still fighting, though, and if anybody bets on Tony Ferguson now,
And he gets a knockout. You made some money.
if Tony Ferguson gets a knockout, I think he becomes world. I think he becomes world champion at that point. 435. Oh my God! Pimblett just walked up to him, right in the face, and Ferguson almost did a back elbow. As we have technical difficulties with the feed. Why wouldn't we? And now Pimblett has Ferguson on the ground, and Tony Ferguson hitting bionic elbows from the bottom. Ferguson climbing up Pimblett's body. Had him, and now he is in the Brigham Young position. The most intimate position in mixed martial arts, as Ferguson keeps trying to land bionic elbows from the bottom on the head of Paddy Pimblett. This has been an odd fight. This has been a very odd fight. And now Paddy Pimblett almost powerbombed him. Just his legs wrapped around. All of your thoughts on the fight so far? Oh, sitting just off camera here. Pimblett now trying to posture up. But Ferguson continuing to land elbows from the bottom. We've seen knockouts from the bottom before. And Ferguson carries his leg and wraps it around the top of the head of Paddy Pimblett, trying to go for a triangle? What is Tony Ferguson trying to do? It looked like for a second he was trying to put him in some sort of pinning combination. Pimblett lands a left to the face. Ferguson holding on to the fence. And there is Donald Trump just watching a British guy and a dude from California punch each other in the face, and him having a wry smile like a grandpa being taken to the carnival.
That's
The
the
reason
wrong
myself
president.
is I
That's
took
the
my
one
eye out
sitting
with that straw.
that fits more.
Yes. Going for a plotter. That's right. That's what it looked like. Been a minute since I saw one of those. Oh, that's disgusting, and I'm sorry. 2:16 left to go. And Tony Ferguson still on his back, as he and Paddy Pimblett are covered in each other's blood. And that's just how we're going here. Hey, vote for whoever the fuck you want. I just like to make the joke because it's just there. It's just there. It's just like taking a swing off a golf tee. Significant ground strikes. Pimblett 23, Ferguson 4. This fight should not have entered the second round. I feel like
But it is. We're here.
I'd like to be wrong. I very much would like to be wrong because I love Tony Ferguson. But this is just And now Pimblett going for a choke, trying to get the shoulder underneath the neck of Ferguson. And now Pimblett still in the Brigham Young position. A little more intimate than the Brigham Young position. Lands a left hand in the face of Ferguson, as Ferguson just trying to hold on tight here with 1:02 left to go in the round. I gotta buy one of those cough button gimmicks. Ferguson pressed up against the fence post, the corner post of the octagon, bleeding all over what's left of Crypto.com. And their ad there in the corner.
Hey, they have an arena. They have an arena and a spot on a spot on.
Yeah, they have
map.
they had the crypto bonus and then they stopped that. And I agree with Raiden Thacker. Stop the. Oh my God, it's all over the corner now. Like Tony Ferguson's.
Oh my God.
The ground control time for Paddy Pimblett is 4:51. We are just about 10 minutes into this fight. Half of the fight has been Paddy Pimblett. And I really wonder if Donald, that guy, really understands the complexity of what both men are doing. Because he was making a comment to Kid Rock, also noted fight historian. And I know I'm just on the internet. I just really want to understand them having a very, very, very intense conversation about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Because they are both in the age range of white guys who get uncomfortably into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I know some of you are out there watching this right now, and I love you and I support you in whatever you do. That is a thing that happens. And that's how we end up with Tony Ferguson. He looks like a completely different person. He has the face of someone who played against Jim Thorpe in the beginning of the 20th century in football. Like, he looks like he played for the Canton Tiremen.
I wonder if I can.
Stanley Franklin, Farm Boy Flop, or Ferguson Bloodbath. Do you work for the New York Post? Because there's some New York Post headline. Just in graphic description. Joe Splayer, UFC going Cologne. Yeah, it is a blood show right now. Fucking call Mitch Karch. Oh no, who's the guy from Chicago? Oh God! Left-right combination. Ferguson kind of just leaned in and out. He did all of the leaning in the lean back video. 83 significant strikes from Paddy Pimblett. My God. Tony Ferguson truly is the Homer Simpson of MMA. Because he just keeps getting punched in the face. Oh, leg kick by Pimblett. That stifled Ferguson. Punch to the jaw by Pimblett. To Pimblett, pardon me, by Ferguson. Wasn't used to saying it that way in this fight. Right body kick again by Pimblett. Left leg. Leading with the left leg. Ferguson now trying to go for a cravat. Pimblett goes to the ground, but Ferguson will go back to the standing position, and Pimblett will be stood back up by the official. Over a minute gone by in the third round. Punch to the body by Ferguson. Ferguson saying, fuck the distance, comes in, punch to the midsection again, been working on the abs, missing with a right hand, went downstairs, upstairs, did Pimblett, missing on the top punch, punch to the ribs again by Ferguson, trying to go for an uppercut. Both men on the ground now. Ferguson now standing. Pimblett will pick him up and drop him down and get back into a mount position. Ferguson trying to climb up the body of Pimblett. 3:24 left to go in the round. Ferguson trying to stifle the punching. Trying to climb up. Bionic elbow from Ferguson. Ferguson again trying to use his elbows on the point of the head of Paddy Pimblett. Ferguson trying to climb up, trying to go for a submission here, trying to go for a plot. Ooh, and trying to land the elbow into the forehead of Paddy Pimblett. Pimblett trying to stop the submission attempt and then eating an elbow from Ferguson. Still going at it, trying to get into side control and transition over as Pimblett. He lands a left hand in the face of Tony Ferguson. Ferguson trying to use his forearms and his elbows to basically try to disconnect the shoulder of Pimblett and keep his head away from him. And again, driving that elbow is Ferguson while on the ground into the neck of Paddy Pimblett. This is not the fight we, saw in our first fight. It's a little more of what we expected from our first fight. Emmett landing a bomb But right now, the props to watch, the over was plus 100 for this going over 2.5 rounds. So mazel to those who took the over and knew how indestructible Tony Ferguson's chin actually is, as he's again in the Brigham Young position, punched to the ribs, and he was punched in the face about 5 more times, as he punches Pimblett in the head, now trying to just get any offense here. And this is going to be, I think, 30-28. Or these could be 30-24, because this could be 3 10-8 rounds. Now taking the ankle is Pimblett, standing up and now trying to just get through the defenses of the long, rangy legs with 1:16 left to go in what could be the final fight of Tony Ferguson's UFC career. Trying to push Pimblett off of him, pushing off the hips, but he is not able to get in as Pimblett, once again in the Brigham Young position, lands a couple of right hands with under a minute in this round to go. Ferguson again trying for anything to get back up to a standing position or get a choke. And Ferguson trying to lock in a guillotine from the bottom. Tony Ferguson could try to pull out a victory here. He is trying to connect his hands, and he has it. And he slips out. Pimblett slips out with 30 seconds left to go. For a brief moment, it looked like Tony Ferguson was going to pull out an upset and walk off here with under 30 seconds left to go. And Ferguson again trying to go for another submission, trying to go for the plata, but Pimblett will get back up, and with 10 seconds left to go, I would just back away if I'm Paddy Pimblett. I would take the 10. Oh, and Pimblett just landing a few more left hands as Ferguson gets busted open one more time, and we will go to a sad scorecard here in Las Vegas.
Oh, man. There's going to be two 10-7 rounds and 2 10-8 rounds for sure. Maybe
those
all
are
three.
The live odds. Minus 8,500 for Paddy Pimblett, plus 2,000 for Tony Ferguson.
That's how it ended.
Hot. Jesus.
All right,
Ugh.
Kept
So
that to make
bloody
the
you
font
can't
smaller.
lock a joke. Christ. Just the fact that he was throwing with such force and Ferguson did not go down.
Kept coming, man.
They did an E60 on Chris Weidman. Good for him.
I liked him. I liked him in his prime. He was one of my favorites.
Roll Pride. Long Island native.
Is he the one that dated Demi Lovato?
I want to say yes. No, it was Rockwell. Luke Rockwell. It was the guy he rivaled.
It was one of those two, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because I think one of them trained with Jay Glazer, who trains Demi in the BJJ.
Okay.
And Tony Ferguson just dipped after Pimblett was shown the winner. Like, he just walked out a shot. And Ferguson will dap him up and respect him, but that was awkward. I think that might be the end.
Can't
A
believe
unanimous
it.
decision victory. Yeah. If he thought he won that fight, I swear to God. And it was Luke Rockhold. Thank you, Eurogoth. And if you're just joining us, Paddy Pimblett just getting a unanimous decision victory over Tony Ferguson in our second fight of the evening. And we've got 3 more for you. Up next, it's Stephen Thompson versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Then we got the flyweight title fight between Alexandre Pantoja and Brandon Royval. And then to close it out for the welterweight title, It's Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Luke Rockhold over Luke Rockwell. Yes, Rockwell over Rockhold. I always agree with that. I'd prefer Lookwell, the Conan O'Brien and Robert Smigel pilot that never made it to air because television's a bitch. But I'm Matt Ryan, and I'm joined by In My Ear and Yours, MG Geek, and across from me off screen, you know her, you love her, it's Stephanie Sotilli, and we are here on the Matt Men YouTube channel. If you're just joining us, this is the last monthly show we will be doing for a very long while. And if you like the show, you can follow me on Patreon. I'm going to do more stuff on Patreon in 2024. So if you want to see more stuff from me, if you want to see my writing, or if you want to hear an occasional podcast where I'll just talk at you, or if you want to just, join a Discord server where we do all that. I have a Discord server that you can sign up to right now, and we can have chats, watch-alongs, all this other stuff. And that's patreon.com/Dan A. White. That's patreon.com/Dan A. White.
What's the Discord information? I have one of those.
Oh, yeah. You can join. Well, you got to be a member of the Dan A. White Fight Club. So if you're a member of the Dan A. White Fight Club, I'll send it to you right now.
I have that app. I have no idea what it does. No clue.
Just sent you it.
Thank you.
And you know what? If you join right now to patreon.com/Dan A. White, are you looking for a new brother or sister for Olive? If we get some Patreon money, then yes, we definitely will get more babies.
What does OFB mean?
All Fat Baby.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, the OFB.
For
Right
new
on the street for you guys.
rescue. Always a rescue.
Yes.
All of our dogs collectively have been rescues.
Yes. Yes. Buy my stuff. Buy my book.
Buy my book.
But you can join the Dan A. White Fight Club for $1 at patreon.com/Dan A. White. That's patreon.com/Dan A. White. And I apologize, everybody, for coughing and hacking. And thank you. Yes, you did get me water. But let's go through some of the tiers at patreon.com/Dan A. White. If you want to pull it up
do
on
that,
the
I'll be right back.
screen Or not, yes, or not. For $3 a month, you can be a sweetie, which just gets you a Patreon shout out. $8 a month gets you a blog, a podcast, and a preview blog for a show that we don't do anymore. $20 though, you get all this other cool stuff. I'll be resorting through these, but I'll give you interviews. I will eventually be doing watch-alongs. I don't know if I'll be doing UFC watch-alongs, but I will be doing watch-alongs. This show will come back to here at some point. I just need to take some time off and do some other things that will make my brain hurt less. I love doing this, but I am very busy, and being on for 4 hours and then going to sleep is very exhausting. But I love you, and I will be back in some form, some way, someday on here. But I have to take a break. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Did we get your second song choice?
No, we didn't.
No, we did not.
Donate.
That was from Dennis Favilla.
Yeah,
or
if Dennis
Favilla.
is still here, he gets a free song. But maybe we donate it to someone. We ask a question in the chat. Best answer gets to pick a song.
Okay.
You pick the question.
Oh, so much pressure. I don't know. Do you want it related to this show or completely unrelated?
It's up to you.
Okay, give me a moment. I shall.
We'll stop talking about Brendan when you come back. Christ. Ooh,
man,
you
I'll
can
throw
save
this up
$10
before I
on
leave.
UFC 297 because they know this shit isn't gonna fucking sell. Christ. It's fucking 2-for-1s. But it is going to be in Toronto, so it'll be very solid. So, what are you doing? You were supposed to be coming up with a question. We've accepted his... Jesus, he's not dead! He's not dead! Sure, I haven't heard from him since Thursday, but he's not dead.
That's a fail. That was a big fail on my part. My apologies.
What'd you do?
Oh, I tried to put your cheers up, but it's too big. I can't make it work.
You know, I've not heard that. You know, I've heard that about my Patreon before. Next up is Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson, the number 5 and number 6 ranked welterweights in UFC. Thursday, 2021. Is that a song? Or is he just like listing a date and the year? Thursday, 2020. He was on the show this year. Once, maybe.
For 2023?
Yeah.
Well, when did Dana White take over? When did we move platforms?
January?
So no.
Oh. No, he was on the January one.
I don't think so.
Huh.
No.
Huh.
Mm-mm.
Jesus. Well, we also took a bunch of shows off this year.
Yes, but still, no, I do not think he was present this year. Please stop asking about it. Sorry. Oh, boy, I'm getting that cough you have. Ooh.
You're an asshole. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart. You're an asshole. But Rakhmonov and Thompson, that one's going to be a fun one. Do we have any live lines on that one as of yet?
In the camera, you do look like you are ready for a tropical vacation.
Yes, I do. I look very tropical.
It's very frizzy.
Yeah. Very, very vacation Jerry Garcia. I look like Santa who needed a break.
I have a question.
Yes.
For everybody.
Yes.
It's always food related with me. That's no surprise. What is your... I'm going to word it this way. What is your death row meal?
Ooh. Yeah, what your
everybody concoct your what will you eat when you have a few hours to live? Anything in the world.
Yes. Best one gets the song. All right. Damn, now I know. That's a hard one.
What?
It's a hard one.
Anything in the world.
Yeah, that's
even something that doesn't exist.
Ooh.
You could say like that pizza from a Goofy movie, whatever.
I want unicorn.
Exactly.
Medium rare. In a beurre blanc.
It would taste like horse, right?
I would think.
Right. I don't know. What's a gamey? I don't know.
I'm not picking old guys anymore.
Like horse. Okay, I'm back. I heard your conversation.
I'm back.
King crab. King crab.
Oh.
But it's interesting, people like concocting a meal, right? You have a main, you have sides. Are you throwing in a dessert or a drink? Like a whole ass meal.
Yeah. That gobbler sandwich from that barbecue place.
That's pretty
good. Do they
good.
actually do that? Do you think they bring them a menu from a restaurant and go, what do you want?
It depends. No, you get to pick whatever you want.
You just pick whatever. Although they've stopped doing that because they don't think they're people. So there's been a lot of states that have stopped doing like anything you want kind of death row meals.
William Stalvey, Waffle House, quarter plate scattered and smothered. Ooh. 5 pounds of popcorn kernels, a gallon of butter. So there's a giant cloud of Trigger. Of course you've thought it out, Trigger. I love you.
Hey, Stephanie.
Yes.
You're a foodie, right?
Yes. I would say so. If that by that you mean a fat person, then yeah. Sure.
So you like reality
Why
TV
is Tenacious D walking Stephen Thompson to the octagon?
That's Jack Black.
That is Jack Black and
That's
Kyle
Jack
Gass.
Black.
That is Tenacious D. Those are both members of Tenacious D. What the fuck? What? What? Why is Stephen Thompson? Why are the dudes that wrote Kickapoo?
I don't care. I want him to win. I don't know who this guy is.
Did he come out to Jesus Ranch? I have many questions. What the fuck is going on? Why are they licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission?
I don't know. Is his opponent going to come out with David Cross and Bob Odenkirk?
Oh shit! Is Paul F. Tompkins the ring announcer for this match? God damn it, Joe Blair.
Oh. Totally sidetracked my question.
I'm sorry. Reality TV, not really. The only thing that I think only thing we watched recently is Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
That's it. Otherwise, no.
Wonder Boy, motherfucker, Virginia Valley.
So you might like this on
No.
Netflix. There's a show called Pressure Cooker. It's these really talented chefs that get thrown in like a Big Brother situation where they have to live together.
Oh, I'd hate that.
And like ticket chits
That
come
is
up like they would in the kitchen. It's pretty insane.
It does sound like Hell's Kitchen.
An episode. Yeah, it's pretty.
Well,
good.
maybe that's what we can. Patreon idea.
Yes.
We do a Hell's Kitchen podcast.
Do we want to talk about that Cuban that they kicked off?
Yeah.
There's been no explanation.
If 5 people join the Patreon tonight at the $3 level, we will start Hell's Kitchen.
I feel like the point was for you to do less things.
Yeah, we just do it after we watch the show.
Oh my god!
In case you
We'll
guys
just
are
watch
wondering,
the show and
Jared
record a
Goff
podcast while we
slicing up
watch it.
the Denver Broncos.
Nice.
Minced meat, 42-17.
So far, Joe Blair is. We have a few actual.
Yes. Shrimp scampi, steak frites, mussels, and dark chocolate mousse.
Interesting.
Ooh, that sounds
See,
good.
that's a meal. That's a lot of fish. That's interesting.
That is a fair amount.
A lot of
fish.
seafood, not fish. Seafood. You're right over there.
But yeah, I'm just trying to. I was taking a look at our Patreon, but Rakhmonov.
What is your death
That's
row
also
meal?
what I've been trying to think
Is
about.
it steak?
A steak would be involved. It would be a shit show. It would be a fucking shit show. It would be a steak from Peter Luger's with baked potato. A full Thanksgiving dinner.
Why not?
Because that is my favorite meal.
See, I more so like the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich than the actual meal.
But like,
I think that by a little bit.
Those foods need to be a component of it.
So I have a question. Would you want Thanksgiving dinner with turkey, knowing that it will put you to sleep because you really don't want to go to
Motherfucker,
sleep?
I'm
Because you're
about
about
to
to.
I don't want to go. I don't like coping with my morality, knowing I might see Sunday. The fact that I'm about to kick the fucking shit. What do you want me to do? Tail of the tape. Rakhmonov 29, Thompson 40. Rakhmonov 6'1", Thompson 6 foot. Both at 171 pounds, 77-inch reach for Rakhmonov, 75 for Thompson. Favorite trash food? Ooh, I have an answer for this, Joe. Panda Express has become my favorite garbage meat.
I like that.
I get the bigger plate. I get orange chicken, teriyaki chicken, and they have this walnut shrimp that is just fucking amazing.
Mine is what I make.
Yes.
The ratchet dip.
Yes.
That's my favorite trash food.
Explain the ratchet dip.
The ratchet dip
Thompson is introduced.
Is Velveeta cheese melted down, salsa, and and refried beans. It's chili. No, it's chili.
Yes.
And it's all canned stuff. It's canned chili, it's salsa in a jar, and it's Velveeta cheese. And obviously throw in my own spices.
Yes.
Paprika, cumin.
It's amazingly good.
It's I could just eat it with a spoon.
Ooh, Virginia Valley coming in with a really solid one. oysters, duck breasts, slice some kind of amazing cake with 2 scoops of a homemade vanilla ice cream.
Funfetti cake and
Ooh.
ice cream. People picking a lot of seafood.
I get it. I respect it.
I think I would do surf and turf, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I would do my king crab with like a nice fillet with some mushrooms.
Turducken.
Ooh, turducken. You know, I've never had a turducken, but I feel like I would want to try it.
I don't think I've had duck before.
Duck is very good. I enjoy duck.
I've never had duck. I've cooked duck. I've never had duck.
Oh, because you work.
Wait, what? You cooked it, but you didn't eat it?
Right. Well,
Don't
no,
you have to try what you're cooking?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if I'd like
prison?
it, and no. It was for a lady friend that wanted to try it.
More
I
duck
didn't want
talk.
to try it.
20 seconds into the round. Driving back in here. Thompson and Rakhmonov in the center of the octagon. It was a very interesting shot. Rakhmonov pressuring Thompson towards the fence. Thompson leading with his left hand. Pardon me, his right super kick by Thompson. Steps inside. Rakhmonov wraps him up, presses him up against the octagon wall. Thompson having to work here for 10 left to go in round number 1. Cheese paper. I don't know what cheese paper is. Sage Ducket. Sage Hen Duck and Rabbit. Ooh. Flying J Super Dog and potato wedges as knees from Rakhmonov try to wedge Thompson up against the octagon wall as he tries to lift his leg up like a dog taking a pee, and Rakhmonov trying to go to work and grinding Thompson into the fence, trying to pick him up and put him down. Trying to push off here is Thompson. Right hand from Rakhmonov. Knee to the body. Thompson lands one. Rakhmonov landed one first. Rakhmonov trying to take Thompson off of the fence. Thompson using his base. Ah, the cheese we lick off. Oh, I get that. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. .258 left to go in round number 1. Rakhmonov dragging Thompson along the fence. Trying to knee the back of the leg of Thompson. In what looks like the beginnings of a hip toss. Thompson eating punch. Both of these guys just punching each other in the fucking face now. Paul Pothead, great name, asking a very Paul Pothead question. Are UFC fighters too lean to be tasty? Good question. God damn. 2:18 left to go in the round. Thompson has his leg hook, pressures off of it again, and Thompson in trouble, but has been keeping his position here as Rakhmonov has not been able to do anything. Now picks up his leg. Enziguri situation. Thompson just on one leg here, trying to fight off Rakhmonov with 150 left to go in the round. Pressed up against the fence, 97 seconds. Rakhmonov still trying to get any kind of positioning here on Stephen Thompson. Pressed up against the fence. Thompson exchanging grapples, knee to the body by Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov will press Thompson into the fence again. Minute 10 left to go. Thompson pressing into the neck of Rakhmonov. Needs to transition out of this. He has been stuck against that fence for nearly the entirety of the round. And Stephen Thompson, with a jaw that is reminiscent of Max Headroom, almost gets it checked by Rakhmonov. Kick to the body blocked by Rakhmonov. Keeping a wide stance, and the blood around Thompson's lip makes it look like a mustache. Kick to the body landed by Thompson. 26 seconds left to go in the round. Runs in with a left-right combination, kind of pitter-patters on the head of Rakhmonov. 18 seconds now left to go in the round. Comes in with a right hand, both men throwing. Both men barely land. 10 seconds now left, jab thrown by Thompson. Under 10 seconds now left to go in the round. And they will keep an awkward pace here, and then they will do the pose and move like a character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as round 1 comes to an end. An interesting round, unlike the first fight of the night and the second fight, unlike the first fight of the night, this went to the second round, but unlike the second fight of the night, it didn't feel like it was completely one-sided. Yeah, or that the fight should have been ended and everybody's licenses should have been taken away. 10-9 round for Rakhmonov. He was the aggressor, but he couldn't get Thompson to the ground, and that defense was so key. I would have to see the stats, and Matt, if you were able to pull those up.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I haven't been doing that. I'm terrible.
If you're the sound of the TV. Down to the TV.
Oh, shit.
Turn the fucking sound off. There we go. Jesus Christ.
Let me figure that out before I put it up. My bad. Bad. Why is this producing sound? No.
But we are starting round number 2. Super kick from Thompson. Right hand, and Rakhmonov avoiding a shot from Thompson. Head kick attempt by Thompson, blocked by Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov throws a left, eats a right. It has been a plodding first round, and now picking up the pace here. Round 2, a savate kick. Takedown, Rakhmonov chases the leg. Now a knee to the body. And Thompson once again ends up on the fence. It's a metaphor there. Can't really grasp it at the moment. Takedown defense. Stephen Thompson is 3 of 3 on takedowns. But the problem is the defense of those takedowns takes 90 minutes. And now another takedown defended by Thompson. Elbows to the head by Thompson to Rakhmonov. He has been doing a great job of stalling Rakhmonov's attempts to bring him to the ground, but this has slowed the fight down to a snail's pace. And now into a bit of a rhythm where it was Thompson punching Rakhmonov in the side of the head and Rakhmonov kneeing Thompson in the thigh as they slowly make their way around the fence, and more Stephen Thompson pressing his jaw against the back of Rakhmonov's neck makes him look like Cillian Murphy. Knee to the thigh again by Thompson. By Rakhmonov to Thompson. Sheath, the underwear for your dick and balls, is now a sponsor for the UFC 316. What left to go in the round? Rakhmonov takes the leg again, and Thompson tried to climb up him, and finally Rakhmonov almost gets Thompson fully to the ground. And Rakhmonov using his hand and pressing up his thigh to just keep this fight at least a little close. As it is 11:30 and we are in our co-main event. So I like that part of this. And now Rakhmonov looking like he is hugging Thompson very tenderly as he tries to get any semblance of a submission. And Thompson keeping his tuchus against the canvas of the octagon and scooting himself around as he gets punched in the ribcage by Rakhmonov. And a punch to the ribs again. Thompson eats 2 shots to the head. 2:19 left to go in round number 2. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by MG Geek and Stephanie Sotilli here on the Matt Men YouTube channel. This is our last monthly version of the show. We will be back for UFC 200 Pardon me, 300. UFC 200 was like 85 years ago.
I was going to say.
And now Rakhmonov
wasn't
finally
reincarnated.
pulls a submission attempt on Thompson, but Thompson will not let it happen. Thompson now on his back, pushing his shoulders up so he cannot be pinned. I'm kidding. You can't do that here yet. And now just driving the forearm and the elbow, that right forearm and elbow, into the side of the head of Thompson is Rakhmonov. Bashing that eyebrow of Stephen Thompson. Rakhmonov with 1:20 left to go in the round, trying to pull a submission here, maybe a guillotine, not able to lock it in. Thompson, great defense here, even though he is currently getting punched in the face. The fact that he's been able to hold on that submission, and Kelleher saying in the chat, Stephen Kelleher, Thompson's going to lose from the lack of output. That is a fair point. Rakhmonov landing shots, great defense, but Stephen Thompson here, it looks like he's getting worked, even though the defense here has been pretty stellar. Despite him looking like he's posing doing the Costanza pose, while Rakhmonov punches him about the face. And trying to see what that stat is. Can you see what that stat on the screen is, MG? Or never mind, it just left. Under 30 seconds now, but Rakhmonov 15-0 in some stat. I was not able to see fully.
I'll see it in a second. I'm
now trying to go for the rear naked choke. Rakhmonov trying to lock it in here. Both men tired. Both men trying to just stay alive. 10 seconds left to go in the round. Rakhmonov into Luther Campbell, and Stephen Thompson submits. Rakhmonov tried for a round and a half to get Stephen Thompson to the ground. And when he did, it took him a little longer, but he was able to lock into submission and get the victory. Took the back, took the win, but Stephen Thompson fought pretty hard to keep that fight going. And the 40-year-old showed up and showed out, but did not get the win here tonight. Solid defensive performance, but the amount of output from Rakhmonov.
That was significant ground strikes, by the way.
That was ground strikes? Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Thompson just got walloped towards the end of the fight, and then once that submission was locked in, good night, Irene. Stephen Kelleher, I hope Colby goes to power slap. Colby versus a gorilla in power slap, a suggestion from Joe Blair. I don't think that the commission would license that, but if we did it on Fight Island...
The circus will. The circus would.
Where would we get a circus? Are we going to this? Are we starting a circus?
Yeah, let's start a circus. Why not?
I'm not against starting a circus.
Hey, that's how wrestling started, right? Isn't that how wrestling started?
Yeah. The robot in my office is talking now. That's good. Stanley Franklin, a lot of lackluster efforts. Hopefully tonight has been not a lackluster effort from us, despite a lot of the fights here tonight. Did you highlight that comment so it would just appear under my face?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're showing up on the screen. Yeah, that's our internal chat system, so that's just what we're seeing. No, it's Matt doing that. And Rakhmonov getting the win, and
I tried to show her a long
ton
time
of
ago how to do it, but it didn't work.
But Rakhmonov with the submission at 4:56 of round 2. And I think that might move him up within the top 4 of the division, depending on how tonight goes. Longest finish streak in welterweight history with that at 6. He is now 18-0 in mixed martial arts, and that's pretty ridiculous, especially in that division where there's a lot of killers in there. And I don't know if they're going to end up wanting to fight Rakhmonov. This could be a Khabib situation to where, oh, that guy's a fucking problem. I want nothing to do with him. I'll fight Colby again. Where's Colby? Let's give him a 9th title shot. Yeah, fuck that. No, I'm not. Dana's like, I learned my lesson. Dana? What do you mean? What do you mean? So, wait. So you're saying he's undefeated, but he's boring and we don't want to put the title on him, so we're going to do... Yes, I don't see the problem with this. Have we thought about screwing him in some form? Do we revoke his green card? Oh, yeah, no. That's the... I can't do loud vents. Loud vents might kill me.
Your water filter is out.
Only two more.
No, okay.
Only two more fights.
Yeah, I know. Stephen Kelleher, Bilal, fight him. Ooh. I'd watch Bilal Muhammad and him fight. That'd be fucking wild. We got 2 more fights left to go. And if you liked grappling and fumble fucking around, that's probably going to happen in our main event, isn't it? Really not looking forward to that. I hope Leon just cooks him. But Mark Wahlberg is there with a hat with a giant M on it.
Pardon me, Matt. I'm going to try. I need to test something. Okay, sound is gone.
Saltwater guard. You know what? I am actually going to go do that. Steph, if you want to talk to the people.
We're just talk like this. Does this make everybody feel at home?
Sounds like the president of our company.
It does.
Oh wow.
He's made of felt. I don't think he'll ever die. He is made of felt, and he wears sandals with every outfit.
Matt is taking a break,
like
getting his voice right. He will be back.
He will be back. What is
we think
remdesivir? What is that? What is remdesivir? I can't read. I'm sorry. I'm illiterate. You gotta help me. What is that? Remdesivir.
I have no idea. I've never heard of it.
Remdesivir. Is that like one of the old timey medicines they would give you, like cod liver? Cod liver oil or something?
I just called it tequila. I don't know.
You know, we are born in very trying times, but I feel like we're all lucky in that we don't have to live. Our doctors don't have leeches. I think we're very lucky in that we just go there like, we don't know what to do for you. Here's a jar of leeches. Just put them on your eyelids. You should be fine.
Now people are thinking Matt has COVID.
He does not actually. I had it last week. I'm negative for it now, but he has tested negative through and through. So ironically, he does not have it. Both times I had it, he does not have it. And the doctor would say to me, "You have a bunch of ghosts in your blood. You should do some cocaine about it." That's what that meme would say.
Oh my god! I know I'm a little behind you guys,
back then.
But Derek Lewis has a Harry's or a Manscaped commercial about his balls being hot. That is amazing.
We don't have the sound on our end, but I believe you.
Oh, it was that Manscaped commercial you seen was him saying his balls were hot. He likes to keep them clean.
My balls is hot.
Well, that's his gimmick, right? Matt will understand. We'll have to tell him.
I know what
I remember balls being hot.
Yes.
I think I was there for that.
I don't have COVID. I tested negative.
I told them that.
Derek Lewis has a Manscaped commercial now, Matt.
Good for him. I also could hear you.
I know. It's great.
Oh, right.
I know. I'm sorry.
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Interesting. It's probably for the best. I wasn't saying anything mean about you in the last.
You guys are both on the
You
guys are both on the same return channel. That's why.
I wasn't bad mouthing you just now.
I'll tell you.
Alexandre
later, man.
Pantoja and Brandon Royval are next. Ugh. You're an asshole. And I do want that emergency pizza now.
Emergency pizza.
Here's a question: would you name a band? Would you listen to a band name Emergency Pizza? Put that on the poll. You picked the winner.
Mm-hmm.
You picked the winner. It was your question.
You're the one that's gonna sing.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it funnier when you just pick something that's against my? That's how this show works.
You know what? Who was that one that had duck? Virginia. I'm gonna pick Virginia as the winner. So
Virginia Valley, you get to pick a song. That might be the last song I sing on stream until UFC 300.
if you are still with us, you pick any song you want, and he has to sing it, even if he doesn't know it.
And I'm 1,000% serious. If we get 3 more patrons, Steph and I will do at least 3 episodes of a Hell's Kitchen Watch Along podcast.
Oh, for God's sake! I mean, the finals.
Yeah.
I think they're almost in the 3 final.
We'll do the rest of the season.
I think it'd be more interesting if we went back
And just start
where they
watching
kept
a little
calling women cunts like over and over and over again.
Oh.
And like if there was a slightly overweight chef, then Gordon Ramsay would just remind him of that like at every minute of the day. When they were just like way more harsh in like the first like 5 seasons even.
I think it was
Who's
until
fucking
season 10.
ruthless.
Like after season
See,
18, it became less overtly sexist. But Jesus Christ.
Gordon Ramsay calmed
You
down and
watch
calling
Hell's
everybody
Kitchen.
fat.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I never watched
Dare to be
Hell's
stupid,
Kitchen for
Virginia.
some reason, but I did watch. I love Kitchen Nightmares. I love that show.
that was
I do
our
too.
lockdown. That was our lockdown show. He started watching
when
it
you
in the
binge watched it.
season 11 or 12, and then I started watching it and I said, now we have to go back to the beginning and watch
Yeah.
all of the seasons.
But if now you can get them on YouTube without the unedited, so you can hear what they actually said without the beeping.
Yes.
And that is the best. Oh man,
That's what we did, right? We found a few of them like that,
Yeah.
or through
Yeah.
Tubi or something.
Mhm.
We just watched them all uncut.
Yes.
yeah, because in Europe apparently you can get them on. They were aired that way. Mm.
All right, you want me to do this song now?
Yeah.
Lick some wooden nickels. Look for Mr. Goodbar. Dada be stupid. Dada be stupid. There we go.
Do you remember any more?
Sit around the house and watch Leave It to Beaver. So what are you gonna do? Dada be stupid. Dada be stupid. What do I say? Dada be stupid. Thank you, Virginia, for picking something funny that I kind of remember that didn't put a strain on my voice. Favorite listener. Kidding, I love all of you.
Look, she even tried to be nice to you. She said one.
She was
no,
benevolent in
kiss you
her
on the
pick.
throat. Mm.
And there is a military man walking Pantoja to the ring. Or for reasons. Is that Royval?
Reasons.
I don't know. There could be a reason. It could be a sponsorship. It could be any number of things. It's Brandon Royval walking to the octagon, and he's just having a man in army fatigue saying, "Let's go, let's go." All he's saying is, "Let's go." I don't know who this military member is. Thank him for his service, but I am confused why that man is just saying, "Let's go" to him continuously as he walks to the octagon. Let's run through some stats real quick. I had MG make all these goddamn notes. I'm going to actually use some of them.
Yay! Make me feel like I did something. That's wonderful.
You've done many things. Shut up, stupid. Pantoja's 26-5. He's knocked out 8, submitted 10. He's 8-5 when it comes to decisions. He is currently the UFC Flyweight champion. And for Royval, he's 15-6. He's 5-1 when it comes to knockouts, 8-1 when it comes to submissions. But if this goes all 5 rounds, he's kind of fucked. He's 2-4 all time when it comes to the scorecard, so that ain't great. But he has had a fight of the night 3 times against Tim Elliott, Kai Kara-France, and Matt Schnell. He had a performance of the night bonus against Matthew Nicholas, and he's a former LFA Flyweight champion. Let's see how that pans out for him tonight. What's going to be my bye? Huh. Interesting. Possibly. Royval on a 3-fight win streak. He's finished 13 of his 15 wins, 4 by knockout, 9 by submission. He has the 4th shortest average fight time in UFC flyweight history with 6 minutes and 28 seconds. So it's a round and a half, less than a round and a half. Jesus. Common people by one shit. Royval to win by knockout or TKO is plus 350. Pantoja to win by submission is plus 120. Those are your best props to watch, according to those people at DraftKings who used to sponsor our show on another platform. Now they don't, and I would like to say, give me money. I'm not doing this show anymore, but still give me money. I would like money. Not a lot of money, just some money.
Just a wee bit of money. A wee bit.
A modicum of cash. A small cadre of coins, if you will, in public. Do you want to be my lover? You got to get with my friends. Alice's Restaurant. Yes, Steven, I'm going to do Alice's Restaurant, the 25-minute version you hear during Thanksgiving. You can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. We were down there at the garbage patch near the old Planned Parenthood and the tire factory that never really stopped smelling like burned tires, even though they haven't made tires there since 1945. And yes, this exactly sounds like an Arlo Guthrie song. Because you can get anything you want at Alice's Restaurant. Thompson. Half a mile from the railroad track. I do love that song, even though it is fucking long. Have you ever heard it? You've heard Alice's. You've never heard Alice's Restaurant?
It sounds familiar to me.
Being a litter bug. Now I gotta play it. Now it just makes me want to listen to Hot Tuna, which is the most like douchebag sentence I can probably say. I like Hot Tuna. My uncle got me into Hot Tuna. My uncle's an asshole. Pantoja making his walk to the octagon. He is one of 6 current or former Brazilian UFC champions. I feel like there should be more. And shout out to the representative from the State Athletic Commission who is wearing a Christmas tree light necklace. That's a thing, right? Like everybody else sees that, right? The woman with the Christmas tree necklace, the Christmas light. You don't see the woman with the fucking row of Christmas lights on her neck.
Oh, yeah.
Next to the military man. It sounds like I'm having a stroke, but I swear to God I'm not having a stroke.
She's being festive.
I understand she's being festive. It's just jarring. Did they have the ugly sweater Christmas party before the fucking fights? Like, she's supposed to be like the representative of a state athletic commission.
She can celebrate Christmas and still do that.
Can you? Yes. Can you, if something went down in the octagon and someone died, what you want to see on ESPN.com, or they won't put it on ESPN.com, but bloodyelbow.com is that dead fighter and then that woman.
And then somebody with a 3D reindeer on a sweater.
Yeah.
And
That's
a
what
Santa
that
hat.
basically is. Braden Thacker, Whitey on the moon. Jesus Christ. Because of the war on Christmas? I don't know. I don't know how he made that possible. I don't know. Did he bring the necklace? Pantoja 33, Royval 31. There is a 4-inch height discrepancy. Pantoja's 5'5", Royval's 5'9". Pantoja 125, Royval 124.5, 1.5 pounds underneath. A half pound underneath championship weight. And goddamn, that jacket's amazing. You're watching this so we don't have to pay for it. Yes, AS101. That's exactly why we're here. We watch it so you don't have to pay for it.
So pay us again.
Exactly what
so
that
pay
is.
us instead.
Yes.
That's what that really
Mark
means.
Goddard, is your referee. Yeah, you pay us less, so we tell you what happened, so you don't have to give them your money. That's how that works. It's like a pyramid scheme, but not.
But legal.
Don't ask questions. Legally, we are not a pyramid scheme. You can watch this for absolutely free. 5'9" and 124, 125. Yeah, that is 1 inch and 150 pounds less than me. 1 inch taller, 150 pounds lighter. And I'm giving myself a nice hefty cut of an estimate of how much I actually weigh. But yeah. You know anybody who's got new knees. A rendition of The Aristocrats by Gilbert Gottfried. Oh, if I have to do the Gilbert voice, I'm not going to be able to talk anymore.
Yeah, that's one of those voices that you better be.
That would be bad. That would be bad for me. That'd be really bad for me. I really wish everyone in the world got the opportunity to be introduced by Bruce Buffer, because it just seems like such a fun thing. Even though Pantoja's holding up the 4 Horsemen sign and just glaring at the camera, he looks like he should be a Brazilian pop star. He is handsome.
There was a pop-out window, a picture-in-picture where they showed him doing it because he's so animated.
I heard half of that sentence and I heard him say "doing it" and very animated. I was like, "They're video him fucking."
Was he in the Senate? Did he get snuck into the Senate floor?
No.
Oh, Congressman Party Bottom?
Sloppy Democrat Party Bottom.
Where he was just doing his intro with all the animation he does.
And it is time for a fight for the flyweight title. Jared Leto is creepily staring at the first row. That means it is fight time. Mark Goddard, your referee. And here we go. Royval in white, Pantoja in black, and Pantoja coming right after Royval. Royval getting the legs chopped immediately. Pantoja now has Royval up against the fence, trying to pick him up. The smaller fighter trying to get inside. And thank you, Stanley. Showered today. Royval leans in with the right hand. Chops at the ankles. Does Pantoja. After the early, and I mean early, he came out the gate hot. Pantoja slowed it down. Now he picks up the pace again. Right hand to the jaw. Trying to go for a takedown. Goes for a quick knee. Does not land as the champion. Pressed up against the fence is Royval. Matt Ryan here with you on the Matt Men YouTube channel. Our last monthly UFC live stream. We will be back for one more at UFC 300. Hopefully we will be back at some point in the future. Kick to the body by Pantoja. Followed up by a left-right combination by Royval. Does not land. Neither does a big swinging head kick by Pantoja. Some great balance on that one. Kick to the body by Pantoja. I think Trigger D had to dip, but with 3:20 left to go, making sure he was still on Twitter. Kick to the ankle by Royval. By Pantoja. Royval gets caught in a half grip. Now going for a takedown is Pantoja. Pantoja with the takedown. Trying to posture up as the champion. 3:02 left to go in the round. 1 of 5. Excuse me. 2:52 left to go. Trying to transition. Looking to posture up is Pantoja. Now inside control. Young Ed, don't say that. And now Royval keeping Pantoja away, using that height advantage, using those long limbs to keep Pantoja from getting back inside. Pantoja lands a right hand, but has to stand right back up, and a big head kick from the bottom by Royval. Pantoja throws a right hand. Another head kick from the bottom by Royval, kicking the point of the head, and now Royval scrapping up on the bottom against Pantoja. Pantoja trying to come in with a right hand, does not land. Can kicks and then a right hand from the bottom by Royval. Punch to the midsection by Pantoja. Minute 49 left to go. Spindling around. Minute 45 left to go in the first of 5. Right hands from Pantoja. Triggerdy's we're glad you're back, buddy. 93 seconds left to go. Trying to rotate out of it is Royval. Pantoja still with Royval on his back, trying to get him on his side. Minute 19. Looked like Royval was bleeding, but I couldn't get it. Nope, he is not. Just a little bit of irritation on the face. Minute 10 left to go. And now Royval trying to get the ankle of Pantoja, and Pantoja trying to get a submission as well. Pantoja keeping Royval on the floor, keeping him on the canvas. Postures and pushes into the elbow, now pushing his head underneath the chin of Royval, trying to get into a full mount position. 2:10 of control time here in this first round for Alexandre Pantoja. Under 40 seconds now. Swinging wildly from the bottom. And Royval will get back up under 30 seconds left to go in round 1 of 5. Head kick and then a left hand by Royval. Pantoja gets inside, lands a knee to the body. 20 seconds now left to go in the round. Kick to the body by Pantoja. Eats a floating left. And then Royval missing a head kick attempt. 5 seconds left to go in the round now. Pantoja lands a left hand. He looks a little gassed. He is drag-assing here as Royval looking a little more amped, looking a little more focused, even though he existed on the bottom of the canvas, being basically carried around by by Pantoja, being kept in place for the majority of round 1. Let us know in the chat. Kelleher, this fight's going to go 12 rounds. It feels like it after that first. As we get towards midnight here in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Shout out to you all out there grinding legally and illegally. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Stephanie Sotilli to my right. And on the other side of the metaphorical glass in Detroit Rock City, it's MG Geek in your ear and mind. And you can hear him on this channel every single week.
Getting harassed.
And yes, you can see Rob Killjoy and Carter Mason's head right behind me, and White Mike from Catalyst Wrestling. You can watch Studio Wrestling Underground every Saturday on Gas Digital and every Wednesday morning on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe.
I like what you do.
Again, round number 2.
It's a fun little show.
Thank you. Saying fun little show kind of just motherfucks the compliment, but we continue round 2. Kick to the body, and both of these guys swinging wildly, throwing with impunity here. Right hand by Royval into a knee by Pantoja. Both of these guys grapple fucking around here. Significant strikes 14-1 through a round in 40 seconds. Shout out to the professor. They just walked by. 4:09 left to go in round 2. Royval controlling the center of the octagon, but gets kicked in the ankle by Pantoja. Takedown. Royval again on his back, looking up at Pantoja, and Pantoja looking to remain the champion. Pantoja trying to do anything and everything to try to finish this fight. Royval writhing on the ground. 330. Now trying to get underneath the chin. Royval keeping his arm above the right arm, with Pantoja on top, not able to really jockey any position, as Royval locking the ankles and the legs of the champion and trying to keep that left arm of his throwing shots and avoid that right arm of Pantoja to go above him and try to lock into submission or transition. Under 3 minutes now, 2:46 left to go. Pantoja and Royval. And over the average, the 6.5 minute average for Royval in these fights so far in his UFC career. 2:30 now. Royval still throwing strikes from the bottom here. And then Pantoja just driving Royval's head into the canvas. As time winds down, in the second of 5 rounds, just past the halfway point, as Pantoja and Royval have the same grappling system of every UFC game fight I've ever been in. It is adjusting defense, 237 and 202 of ground control time for Pantoja across rounds 1 and 2. So that is now over 5 minutes of ground control time for Alexandre Pantoja in this fight. And we are not through round 2 yet. That is not great for Brandon Royval and his team, because it feels like Royval's in the fight when they're on the ground, but as soon as they hit the bottom, well, so does he. Even though he's still in this fight, he is throwing punches here. He is King Kong punching, which basically is bah, bah, bah on the head of Alexandre Pantoja. And now Pantoja just held Royval's face for a moment and punched him in the head. And now with 60 seconds left to go, Pantoja thinking, how the fuck am I going to beat this guy? He just keeps coming at me. He just doesn't stop. Oh, and oh, Jesus! Pantoja caught him with a right, and Royval did the smooth criminal dance and barely stood up. He throws an overhand left to his fucking Royval, but he looks a little loopy now, as Pantoja with 35 seconds gets the takedown, tries to take the back. Royval gets enough time to land right on his back, rotate over, and now inside control is the champion Pantoja. Trigger D, I burn it till it burns me back. Same. Yes, I this is great. This is not exciting fighting. It is, if you love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this is the shit for you. If you live in Atlantic County and you can't wait until your hoist class or your Henzo class on Thursday nights, this is for you. And we'll be the end of round 2. And I'm just hoping someone gets cooked. And Royval, at one point, we see it on the replay here, Royval got his fucking chin checked by Pantoja. And Royval, 10-9 rounds, he can turn it around. But if it's 3 straight rounds, it's 10 minutes of Royval needing to get a finish. And I feel like that's going to work against him. I feel like Pantoja knows that he's got to own these next 5 minutes and then play keep away for 10, which is really boring for us watching at home. But who knows? Let us know what you're thinking in the chat. Be a pal. Be a guy. Be a dude. Be a friend. Donate to the super chat. Buy me a sandwich. Let's take a look at those stats. It is, you just see there's a significant strike difference is unfair. It's just an unfair situation. As we move on along here, in round number 3, nothing going on yet. 45 seconds into the round. Pantoja sends Royval screaming to the fence. Royval catches Pantoja's knee. Now he's got him flamingoing. Pantoja gets out of it, lands a body kick. Royval tried to land an overhand right, couldn't land it. 30 seconds gone by, and there's a takedown, and we'll be here for a while. Royval trying to throw elbows, but Pantoja with 421, 4 for 6 on takedowns, is the defending champion. It's our co-main event, UFC 296. Matt Ryan joined alongside Stephanie Sotilli and MG Geek. We're here, you're there. Except MG, he's there. He's where he lives. 4 minutes remain here in the 3rd round before we enter championship rounds, and we are where we've been for the majority of the last 11 minutes or so. And Royval trying to avoid giving up the back like a wife on an anniversary. Now gives up the back, but Pantoja overrolls, and now back up. And Pantoja looks tired. Both of these guys look fucking gassed. I don't know how they're able to do this. Like, is it being 125 pounds? Is it being ungodly athletic? Like, what's the thing here? He looks like Melania from a distance. That is uncomfortable. Kid Rock looks like the wife from a distance because of the hat. The hat, it's off-putting. Maybe he's one of the body doubles. I don't know. 3:05. What's up, Miami? Left to go. Royval throws a right hand. Pantoja steps up with a right of his own. Both men get inside and land some knees. No hits to the balls, even though it almost looked like it. Royval missing with the head kick. Throws a right hand. Then Royval gets stifled again by Pantoja. Pantoja presses him up against the fence. 2:30 left to go in the round. Wish I had more to tell you. I love you. Oh, there we go. Lactic acid fatigue. That's what. That makes sense. Thank you, young Ed. Using too much of that lactic acid. Throwing the right hand was Pantoja. Missing with a right hand is Royval. Steps inside. Your browser crashed. I don't know. We broke it. Yeah, we're good. Your browser. Yeah, you're fine.
Still here. We're still here.
Pantoja, 52 of 77, 68%. Royval, 23 of 67, 34% in terms of striking. That ain't good, but Royval landing 2 right hands. Lands a kick to the body, single underhook, and they'll push away. Right hand thrown by Pantoja. He looks a little tired. Royval with the right hands. Low kicks from Pantoja, followed up by a right jab from Royval. Right-left combination followed by a right hand. Just throwing that jab is Royval. It seems like he's found his distance. Runs in with a knee and runs right back out. Throws an overhand left. Pantoja going for the takedown. Royval stifles it. Tries to battle it for as long as he can. Now under 57 seconds left to go in the round. That is a good name of a band, Joe. It's a very good name for a band. 45 seconds left to go.
Ooh.
And Royval landing some punches from the bottom, which he's been doing all fight long. Lands some elbows to the point of the head. He landed an elbow right to the fucking eye. 18-18 on... I'm going to take these fucking captions out. Goddamn useless. 17 seconds left to go in the round. Punches up. And now trying to go underneath, possibly for a choke, is Pantoja. Tries to get the bicep and the shoulder underneath the neck, but not able to. 3 seconds left to go, and both of these guys swinging from the fucking mount as round 3 will turn into round 4. Stephen Kelleher asking if lactic acid fatigue can, the Electrodash folk industrial band started by Joe Blair, can do Big Yellow Taxi. It's a fair question to ask. Oh, my voice. My voice is going through it. You're just joining us on Matt Ryan, joined alongside MG Geek and Stephanie Sotelli. Just walk back in the room, that time. Just saying hello. Nothing. He ended around.
I'm back online.
And the entirety of Billy Joel's The Stranger. Wow, Joe Blair's band is pretty solid. It's time for round 4. Stephen Kelleher, let's skip round 4. There's no button for that. If there were. And Pantoja comes right up to Royval and just throwing that right hand, he's thinking we got to go home. Pantoja right now minus 375, favorite Royval plus 270. Pantoja once again trying to avoid Royval inside control. And now Royval near the fence, trying to create something here. Trigger D, Pantoja is khabibing him. Yeah, no, it's exactly what it is. Take him down, work him, avoid the striking, just drag him into deep waters and see what breaks. Whether it's his will, a bone, his patience, whatever it is. Pantoja just trying to wear down Royval with 3:55 left to go in the 4th round. We still have another round left to go. And I feel like the main event, someone's going to try to make that fight exactly like this. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Kind of hoping they don't. It is very interesting whoever match made, the Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard putting this card together. And let's just make the last card of the year the longest, or make it feel like the longest.
It kind of does feel like.
Now Pantoja finally has the back of Royval. Royval trying to go for it, trying to avoid the rear naked here. Royval has to dump his energy reserves here to just avoid getting choked out. And Royval tried to climb up the cage and got his foot put back down because he linked his feet into the fence. And now Royval just trying to stay alive here. 2:49 left to go. Hey, Marathon Refrigeration, what's going on, bud? Emergency remix of We Didn't Start the Fire. And now 10 minutes of ground control time for Pantoja through 4 rounds. His best previously was 6:47. Now Royval just trying to climb and get out of this. But holding on to the body, that grapevine, is just stifling any opportunity for Royval to get back up and make this fight a little more competitive. Just holding on to him through the fucking barrel roll by Royval. The fucking ability of Pantoja to just keep those legs grapevine and just interlock them around the midsection of Royval, trying to get the arm underneath the chin. Both of them have sleeves that are eerily reminiscent of one another, so I'd be confused whose arm it was. And now Royval trying to keep his chin from going deep, trying to avoid the submission as a crossface across the face of Royval. Royval breaks the submission attempt again, but now leaving near the fence, will have not a lot of space to move. And in trouble rolling through, trying to lock into submission with 124 and counting. here, and then Marathon Refrigeration donating $5 to the cause. Straight cash, homie. $5 Canadian to the cause. Thank you, Marathon, as always, and everybody here in the chat. I'm sorry for taking a deep breath in everybody's ear. Under a minute now, and Pantoja still trying to go for that rear naked choke, like Sisyphus in The Rock. Like Didi and Gogo waiting for fucking Godot.
Well, I'm getting behind here. Wow.
We are stuck here. Yeah, I made an Arthur Miller reference. What the fuck of it? Still using those grapevines, trying to transition to posture. What? What? It's an Arthur Miller play. Waiting for Godot. It's a Miller play. Fairly. It's been a while. I could be wrong.
No, you were close.
Oh.
Beckett.
Beckett. Fuck, I fucked up my writers. Fucked up my playwrights. Well, it's not like I said it was a fucking Pinter play or something like that. And that's the end of the round. And Royval came on towards the end, but not able to get anything going. And shout out to Otis Shelton. Yeah, I didn't want to be sick, but... Praise be to Randall Moss. Shout out to Trigger D in the chat. Hey, MG, I'm seeing something about bit rate, so we may want to take a look at that.
Okay.
If you
Give me a minute.
please take a look at the YouTube studio monitor and adjust our bit rate. But heading into the fifth, it feels fairly one-sided. Feels like we might be taking this one home in 5 minutes unless Royval is able to walk this one off. But it feels 4 rounds to none, 10-9 across the board, as Royval and Pantoja will enter the fifth and final round. I do hate that they put the Firecracker Prime as the one in the logo. Now I just want one because they're really fucking good. And Royval throwing some leather. Pantoja following up with a right hand. Throwing with impunity. Both men tired. Throwing heavy leather at 125 pounds. Just following each other up with rights and then an overhand left for Royval. Underhand, another uppercut by Royval. Trying to throw that overhand right is Pantoja. Both men starting to throw everything they have at one another. Kick to the ankle. Throwing that straight right. Another kick to the ankle. Uppercut. Pantoja on a little bit of dream straight. He is walking a little less straight and a little more loopy. Another right hand thrown by Royval. Royval with the left followed by the right. Both men throwing some sloppy punches but connecting. Leg kick landed by Pantoja to the ankle of Royval. Pantoja misses with a big right ankle kick. And Royval throwing some shots. Pantoja into the Muay Thai clinch, trying to get Royval to the ground and try to walk this one off. 3.5 minutes left to go. Uppercut and, a very telegraphed combination there by Royval, looking every bit as tired as I am. 3:16 what left to go in the round. Another right hand and solid shots from both fighters. These guys are connecting and landing, trying to put on a show here. Maybe try to walk out with 50 grand in prize money. And Royval trying to shock the world, catches the body kick from Pantoja. 3 minutes now left to go in the fight. Right hand. Both men throwing pitter-patter punches at each other, but they are connecting. Following up right-left combinations from both fighters. Pantoja walks into a right hand. He tries to go for a takedown. He gets it. And now with 2:39 left to go, Royval sitting on his tuchus, trying to get back up to a vertical base. Gets one underhook. Trying to get standing now back up on both feet. And now look like he's trying to put Pantoja in a pedigree in the way it's set up. Pantoja now trying to dip. He fucking T-bowed Royval and gets him back down on the ground. 2:16 left to go in the fifth and final round for the UFC Flyweight Championship. Matt Ryan here with you. 8 takedowns landed by Pantoja. That is 2 more than his previous best of 6. And it has been an impressive night by the champion, just controlling the ground. Any shot of Royval walking this fight off has been stifled here in the last minute and change. Your computer. Minute 42 left to go. $90 seconds now left to go. Now trying to lock in anything Pantoja. It's been the same as it ever was. Left hand from Pantoja now, who has side control on Royval. Royval in the fetal position, trying to avoid any kind of further punishment. Not in a sad way, but just in a my body is like this, I am trying to get back up kind of way. 1 minute left to go. And Pantoja trying to avoid, Royval climbing him up one more time. Once again, back into side control. 46 seconds left now. Alexandre Utska? Why? Now taking the back, trying to stand back up. Pantoja, once again, keying in on that grip on the takedown. He is still in control on the ground. Royval looking up at him. Now trying to take the back again is Pantoja. Had it for half a second, but Royval, knowing enough to not allow himself to be submitted, he will be defeated on the scorecards. And Pantoja just trying to end this fight 5 seconds sooner. And in an uncomfortable position, this fight will end and go to the scorecards as Alexandre Pantoja controlled the fight from the ground for the last, I don't know, fucking 20. That was long. That was a fight that happened. Freak fights. Fair enough. I'd want some freak fights. I don't remember the bit in Sisyphus where he tried to choke out the Rock. Was that in the Zack Snyder adaptation? No. That was in that was actually the spaghetti western version, a little bit in the mid '60s. And Nino Morricone, he scored it. That's how that went. It's for a few rocks more. You know I'm tired because I can barely make spaghetti western jokes. This fight sucked all of the energy out of me. I'm gonna need to use the bathroom in between fights because Jesus Christ. Take a walk and reconsider some life choices after that 25-minute display. This is it. This is the fight this is the come to Jesus fight. You can see Royval on the ground. This is exhausted. Oh, Stanley Franklin, no love broke my parlay right off. Glad to see him in the win column. Yeah.
If I'm going to have 125-pound dudes, I think they would be doing something, right?
Usually the flyweight division's pretty fucking bonkers. Tonight was just... Yeah. Pantoja knew enough on the ground to just keep Royval fucking guessing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
made it uncomfortable for him.
Oh, Raiden. Oh, Raiden. Raiden with interesting play here. Betting against Cody.
What I'm doing.
Fair. I might too.
And Pantoja will win by what seems to be unanimous decision. And by that, I mean everybody in the building was given a scorecard. And it was a unanimous decision for Alexandre Pantoja, who remains the UFC Flyweight champion. I'm going to run and use the facility and get more water. And Matt, Steph, if y'all want to entertain the peoples while I do the thing.
We'll do a dance. We'll do a dance. Make a little love. Oh, no, wait. No, not that. Sorry.
If we, I mean, do we want to entertain the people? No. Will we? Also, no. Throw that out there.
Not with that line. My apologies. My apologies.
I am a little concerned that my computer has it killed itself twice in a row during that fight. Maybe it was so bored.
Did it? Oh.
Yeah, first it turned white and then it turned black, and I don't know what either of those mean.
Oh.
So, but I'm back.
I could give you a help.
I'm back
lesson,
here.
But let's not do that because that would bore everybody.
No, it's back. I just turned it back on. It's fine. I don't know what it's doing.
All right. All right.
You're a gaming laptop. You should be better than this.
Is there storms in New York right now?
There's supposed to be one tomorrow.
Okay. I'm just
There's supposed
curious.
to be one tomorrow, from what I keep hearing.
Messing with our internet tonight a little bit.
I can't shut up. He's listening. You don't understand. He's listening as well, even if he's not in the room.
I asked about the internet. It wasn't about him.
It's code. Internet is code. Help us find where the internet is. We can still save him. Is the internet dead or hiding?
Oh no.
Yeah, it was 56 today. So that's completely normal for the middle of December.
Yeah, it's not here. It's not here. It's supposed to be colder. It was like 47. So in the same range.
I mean, I don't know. I'm a Floridian, so I am used to hurricanes every single day.
Hurricanes
every day.
Sunshine.
There's no. It is mostly hurricanes. We are peppered, which we're just a hurricane state. I don't know where this reputation started. It's completely false. I lived there my whole life. To be fair, I've lived elsewhere. It's starting to be more years I've lived elsewhere than down there, which is awesome for my mental health to know that I've lived in other states more than Florida.
I had a friend move to Wilmington, North Carolina, and a couple years ago they got hit with like 3 hurricanes at different stages of them, and she like moved back after like 4 months. She quit her job, moved back. It's like done.
I can't do it. 3 hurricanes. Just 3? I've been through like 30 of them.
In a row?
No, they were in one season, though. They all came through one season. In different stages. They were like Cat 1, Tropical Storm, Cat 3.
Have fun.
But after, yeah.
Have fun with the warm weather patterns in the parking lot. Hey, get back here. Brendan is not dead. He's at home with his cats and his girlfriend. Jesus Christ. He's not dead. May have taken some lidocaine from my throat.
All right. This is it. This is the fight. It's
a
Colby Covington fight.
Oh, Jesus. Yes. The last fight of the monthly show is Colby Covington and Leon Edwards. Because when I think of exciting fights, I think of Colby Covington. I am excited to see him possibly get knocked the fuck out because that would be entertaining to me. Were you not entertained? I'm sorry, guys. I've been giving it my all tonight. If I suck tonight, or if this, no one said that.
Who's saying that? Why is it me? I mean, wait a minute.
Hey,
I don't think you suck tonight, dude. You've been fine. You've been a champ. You know what? A lesser broadcaster would have bailed, and you didn't.
I'm not. Oh no,
because you care.
I just found the stuff that can keep my throat numb until it doesn't need to be numb anymore. Yup. Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
Performance enhancer, baby. Don't piss test me. I don't know. It does make my throat feel fucking fantastic.
No one cares.
No. Fucking broadcast USADA. Oh, if that was the case, I would have been kicked out of the business a long time ago.
Well, now USADA doesn't
This
exist anymore.
Well, no, it exists. It just doesn't exist for the UFC after this year. It'll be interesting who they get. Hi, yes. Hi, yes. I am Dr. Vakman. I'm Mance Vakman, doctor. Yes. Yes.
Well,
I
seen
need
what the
medical
wrestlers have looked
samples
like lately,
of.
Right?
What was that?
So you've seen what the wrestlers have looked like lately, right? WWE.
Oh,
wrestlers?
yeah.
Did you see AJ Styles?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes. Really?
What, are they drinking some apple juice?
Who is?
The wrestling.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
It's coming back?
It's either that or everybody found P90X while they were off.
Yeah.
And just went
found
all in.
They found something.
It's either that or they're on the TRT. They're all fucking getting that Vitor shit.
That's what I think it is, actually.
Their blood is
I think
spiked.
they're getting those doctor prescriptions that say they're okay to do it.
Oh, there was a fight in the crowd. Dricus Duplessis and Sean Strickland fought. Sean Strickland got kicked out of the building.
Really?
Wow. Today. Yeah. And we are not in... we are waiting for the start of the main event. Colby Covington is such an interesting experiment in mixed martial arts. Because he's a guy who has a couple of decent knockouts, but for someone who's supposed to be a character and all this other shit, like, he
wants to be a wrestler. He's got that wrestler vibe to him. But
yeah, he was an NCAA wrestler. He was he played it. He wrestled
no, I
in
mean
Oregon
professional
State.
wrestler. He wants to do promos.
I know people who wrote his promos for him. Like, that's a thing. People write for him. Like, I know people have written for him, but it's not good. No. He's trying to be the super he's trying to be Billy Graham, but not. Kashan Boshlandi. Thank you, Jurgabev Jackson Gear.
Yeah. Whatever he's doing, and Conor McGregor tried this too, and I said this before, but Conor did it so much better than he does.
Well, yeah, because Conor
channeling that wrestler style promo.
Yeah, because Conor's naturally charismatic and has the gift of gab. Colby doesn't have that. If you watch that LeDrom James fucking thing that he did, that during media day where he left and then came back and then cut some weird fucking promo about LeBron James that he like had prepared, but then forgot about it and then fucking came back again. Like, that was the confusing part of that. And let me know what song this fucking goof comes out to. If it's Lee Greenwood, I'm just gonna chuckle. or if it's
It might be.
or if it's American badass.
I'm actually gonna take a. Oh, it's Kurt Angle.
He's
It's
coming
legit
out to
Kurt
the.
Angle.
Oh, this again?
You suck.
Well,
You suck.
goddamn
Yep.
pal. Oh, he grew a beard now. Did they color it in with? Is that beard his actual beard, or is it colored in? Steph, can you? Because it looks like he got like.
You think it's just for men?
I don't know. No, it just looks. It doesn't look real.
I don't know. Why would you ask a woman if a beard is real?
Because I don't know. It just looked.
No, it looks fine. It's a beard.
It looks like it was colored in with mascara.
No, that'd be just for men.
I know what Just for Men is, but some people use mascara for cover.
I don't know why you would when Just for Men exists. We're not sponsored, I swear.
No, we're not. Colby trying to line up a gig with the new bosses. Goddamn, pal, he can wrestle. What do you mean? What? What do you mean he can talk? I've seen it. That's what you think can do. Well, goddamn, pal. Gotta fucking talk to you about a few things. So I can keep it here. I can keep Vince like, if I go up here, just the bad time.
I don't know what I feel about
Did
the
not
Vince
come out with the costume.
boys.
Yes, this is Vince McMahon for the World Wrestling Federation coming to you on the Madison Square Garden Network. If you ever watched old Vince commentary,
1978 stuff, like the 78.
yeah, like
when he was
the
doing, like, the stuff from-
pre-national expansion. It was
Yeah.
just
When
him
his dad
doing
still owned
Howard Cosell.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just him doing Cosell, and like that was him at his like most pure, I would say, outside of Memphis Vince, but Covington gets checked out. Former interim welterweight champion, second most takedowns in welterweight history with 67. Fifth most strikes in welterweight history with 1863. I think that Robbie Lawler fight. And Colby Covington getting dapped up by exactly who you think. He was rubbing his leg very delicately. That was an interaction. No, I don't know. I don't know how this shit works anymore. Second class citizen Drickus and Sean should just get right off on the night. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Let them settle it at the Palms buffet like gentlemen. There's precedent. Fucking lean with this guy. With this fucking guy. Let's just lean with it and rock with it, baby girl. With the lidocaine. I meant to say boy, and then I started saying baby girl.
It just sounds like it's girl.
Yeah, no. And then with the lidocaine, it made it hard.
Never say that.
They roasted our white tea, William Wallace. Lord. Nevertheless, be that as it may, I gotta work on that,
Well,
Vince.
this is
I gotta
fun.
work on commentary, Vince.
The live
Why is he pointing at his nipple? He tried so hard to point at his "We the People" tattoo. He just kept poking himself in the titty. Like, he just kept doing this, and then he found it, and he was like, "Eh." What a fucking herb!
Maybe
Like,
that's why the
he can
live
kick
odds
my
changed.
ass.
Well, the live
What are
odds
the
changed
what's
before. No, I gotta fix it. Hold on. Oh, okay, there it is. They were
then made it
different,
all-
and they actually changed by like 3 points when he did that.
Yeah, tracks. Let me know what Leon Edwards comes out to, because holy shit, does this look like a cooler? If he comes out the Canes theme, then I'm gonna just feel confused.
I'll let you know what they say.
But I'm Matt Ryan. Stephanie Sotilli to my right. In your ear and mine is MG Geek. And this is the last main event fight until We the Nipple. Yes, exactly. We'll be back for UFC 300, and then that will be the last one. But
of this,
it has
of
been
what we do now.
Yes, of what we do now. Things, other permutations, and other things. I will go away and come back in varying forms, and we'll come back to this at some point. But this has
Well,
been...
it's a rap song, and I don't know it, so that's on brand for me. So it's probably more normal than anything else.
You're so white. I care about you
Sorry.
deeply. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It is, but it isn't.
Hey, I
You
used
don't
to love like 90s rap, but I can't get into the new stuff.
The Fat Boys and such.
A little later than that.
Tits way more... I owned Pong. Tits way more popular than the Constitution. Now, I get it, but they shouldn't be. But yeah. What?
Okay, this amused me. If I get my mouse over there. This
Yeah, I
to
can't
turn
say
off
that, but
this
yeah.
for a second.
Leon Edwards getting his final check-in here as he prepares for the main event. Edwards, the current welterweight champion, third longest active unbeaten streak in the UFC. 11-0, won no contest in his last 12 fights. Sixth highest striking accuracy among welterweights with 53.4% accuracy in striking. Props to watch. Edwards to win by KO, TKO plus 275. Edwards to win inside the distance plus 250. Edwards to win by decision plus 150. All of those are props for the champion. Just as a fun fact there. I feel like that's not great for him. That's the opposite of good for him. But Covington looking like he's waiting for online at the bank. He doesn't seem focused. He's just kind of meandering around waiting for the bus. He's not looking at anyone or anything. Just taking odd like. Am I overthinking the body language here?
Yeah.
Covington? Covington looks like he's a sad boy.
Yes. Now he does some shadow boxing at the ringside attendant who looks like Gino Gotts. Leon Edwards, 32, Covington, 35. Leon Edwards, 6'2", Covington, 5'11". Edwards at championship weight, 170. Covington a half pound under, 169.5. Edwards with the height and reach advantage, 74-inch reach to 72 from Covington. And that's going to come into play as Bruce Buffer sashays his way to the center of the octagon for the official introductions. Triggedy, I think Leon's going to touch Colby's jaw. It's possible. Derek Cleary, Sal D'Amato, and Chris Lee are your judges. They actually leave them up this time. Herb Dean will be the referee, so place your bets. Matt's hair considerably grew during the last fight. Yes, I aged during that last fight. No, I'm actually living a Slaughterhouse 5 situation, so every time I leave the room, I come back a different age. So next time might be 45, nice. Next time might be 22. Both will just be awkward and sad. Like that joke. But let us know in the chat who you think's going to win, who you think's going to lose, what the fuck you think's going to happen in this fight as it's Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. And I have no idea how the hell. They got two. Oh, yeah, D'Amato and Cleary are. Yeah, this is going to be. Oh, no. Are they going to do the thing? I hope they don't do the thing.
The thing where they.
You know. The thing that happened to Lennox Lewis in New York once.
Maybe walked by one of the betting windows a little bit.
Dana walked over with an envelope.
I am very scared. I've always been very scared about UFC as compared to boxing and how boxing is so corrupt.
Yeah.
I think it's a concern, but so far they've seemed to be somewhat better.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever those Mexican controlled federations in boxing get involved, it always seems like there's something weird.
So Trigger D has a 48-48 times 2 and 49-46 for the majority draw.
Oh. So you think it's going to be pretty
9-0-1 with 1 no contest for Leon Edwards as the UFC favorite. So that pretty much bodes well for him retaining, but as we saw in the first fight of the night, you can't take that completely seriously. You got to have some grain of salt, as we saw Bryce Mitchell's head partly become outside of his body for a moment when he got his fucking chin checked in the first fight. And Bruce Buffer putting everything into this introduction. Will they touch gloves? Will they kiss? These are the questions we ask as they walk to the center of the octagon. Covington with his hands on his hips. Oh yeah, he got the Jeremy Shockey tattoo.
Oof.
Young Ed thinks this one's going to end quickly. Some people think this is going to end in a decision. Leon Edwards. Colby Covington. Covington, who very much wears goggles on his face while he tans. And he got a tan earlier today because he is very red in the face. Round 1, head kick by Covington does not land. Someone needs to teach this boy how to use concealer and cover-up. Kick to the knee by Covington. Edwards stepping in, looking to use that distance. Leg kick missed by Covington. Kick to the knee by Edwards. Edwards being patient here as we're near 30 seconds gone by in round number 1. Stepping inside, Covington switches his stance, gets kicked in the knee after a leg kick attempt by Covington. Switches stance again, now leading with his left is Covington. We'll switch it back. Head kick attempt by Edwards does not land, but that was a fucking warning. Head kick attempt blocked by Edwards. Saw that one coming from Covington. Leads with the left hand. Does the champion. 3:45 left to go in round 1 of 5 for the welterweight title. Another kick to the ankle by the challenger. Another whip-fast head kick attempt by Edwards. I always feel like warning shots. Those are shots across the bow, trying to find their reach here. Trying to find Covington's chin. He galloped in, did Covington, and then jumped back after being pushed by Edwards. Missing with the overhand the overhand left was Covington. Jabbing at the hand of the challenger as the champion. Kick to the ankle by Edwards. 3:03 left to go after the jab from the champion. Leading with his left, ankle kick by Edwards. Does not land. Feigning is Covington. Champion respecting how close in distance that was. Both men missing with left hands. Feigning is Edwards and Covington. Bit on that one. Leg kick attempt missed by Covington. Stomps in. Right-left combination does not land from the challenger. 2.5 minutes left to go in round number 1. Left-right combination from Edwards. Following with the right hand is Covington. Does not land. 2:25 left to go. Ducks under and Covington gets hit with a left hand. He smiles it off, but that one had some power to it. Covington tries to step inside with a right hand. Does not land. Neither does the left. That followed that up. Covington with his back to the fence, 2:08 left to go. Covington's widow's peak looks a little off balance. Trying to go for the Muay Thai clinch was Edwards, but Covington getting out of the way. Knee kick by Edwards. Minute 52 left to go in round number 1. Missing with the uppercut is Covington. He stepped in with a right hand. That went nowhere. Another left hand by Edwards. Trying to pick the knee and go for the takedown to Covington, but Edwards getting out of the way. Minute 25 left to go. Leading with the right hand is both fighters. Kind of exactly how you thought round 1 of this fight would go. Edwards using his reach. Covington trying to come inside with a right hand. Met with a left hand by the champion. Trying to follow with that right hand into the left. Missing with the kick. Another leg kick from Covington to Edwards. Left-right combination does not land from Covington. 48 seconds left to go. Covington on his bicycle will circle around the octagon one more time. Leg kick to the thigh. Kick to the body. Both men landing kicks to the midsection. Under 30 seconds now left to go in round 1. Covington trying to load up that left hand, does not land. Another high body kick by Edwards does not land on Covington. Right hand landed by Edwards. Right hand feigned by Covington. Covington trying to find some space to move here. Keeps being drawn to his left by Leon Edwards. Body kick does not land by Edwards. 4 seconds now left to go in the round. Missing with a left hand is Covington, and that will be the end of round number 1. 10-9 round for me. Covington bleeding a little bit. Oh, I think his cheek. He got a cut on his cheek. It's not the worst cut in the world, but there was some blood, and the cut man stepped in immediately at the end of the round. And you can see some welts all over Covington's body from strikes by the champion. 10-9 round for me for Leon Edwards. Not a lot of back and forth, but it felt like Edwards was in control of the fight, landed more strikes. And there you see a left hand on the replay. That was really devastating. That one right there held him and then popped him one right on the left hand with that left hand. And Covington smiling at it, trying to act like he no-sold it. But that was rough. Edwards standing, refusing to sit for the break. And there you see the stats on the screen. Excuse me.
Stats are wrong. Stats will be right in a second. Sorry.
Hey. And here we go with round number 2. Body kick by Covington. 10 seconds gone by in the round. Covington with his back towards the fence. Edwards trying to begin to press in. Using that right hand. Stepping in is Covington. He misses with the right hand. Switches up his stance. Ooh, both men throwing heavy right hands. Neither landing. Getting a little more frisky here in round number 2. Overhand left thrown by Covington. Well, we also really couldn't see. We didn't see Edwards in the corner until the end of the round. But yeah, the fact that Covington is translucent helps see those marks a little more. Also because that tan kind of backfired. See a little sunburn on the neck of Covington. Not a lot doing here. Head kick attempt missed by Covington. Both men trying to grapple each other up and peeling away. Covington bouncing off the fence, feigning a high kick. Leading with his right leg and right arm. Edwards doing the same. 3:39 left to go. Covington trying to propel off the cage to come at the champion. Gets in this weird gallop stance before he tries to feign a big shot. Body kick and then a leg kick followed up. Covington to Edwards. And then Edwards to Covington on those last 2 strikes. 3:19 left to go in round number 2. Overhand left missed by Covington. He's not setting up the left. He's trying to, but Edwards meets him in the middle. And Covington throws a right, kind of lands it after a leg kick from Edwards. Back to the fence still. It's a good line. Covington back still to the fence. 2:40 left to go in round number 2. Neither man really setting up a dominant pace. Leg kick landed by Covington. Feigns a right, does not land it. Ooh, setting up the left and then a left head kick was Leon Edwards, but not landing. Glancing blows. The challenger throwing a couple of feints. Nothing really doing there. 2:10 left to go in round number 2. Attempted the body kick and then the head kick, kind of a can-can motion by Covington. Ankle kick followed from Covington, Edwards landing 47% of his significant strikes, 20 of 43. Another left hook landed. Covington landing 9 of 53, only 17% of his significant strikes. Ankle kick again landed by Edwards. So you got to wonder if those stats are going to start to pile up, not only for the judges, but just for Covington. If he's only landing under 20% of his shots, and then he's getting 27% of that in kind from Edwards, that is a bad scene. It's a 30%, actually, 47-17. And then at 19 left to go, Covington with an ankle kick. He's been not able to land big shots here, especially in round 2. In the early goings in the round, it looked like Covington was trying to get off the blocks. Misses with an uppercut. Does Covington. He eats a right hand, covers up, and avoids the left from Edwards. Under a minute now in round number 2. Did Colby get old? Well, he had like a 2-year layoff, and now he's fighting the world champion, who's been very active since winning the belt. Crane kick from Covington does not land. Kind of more of a bicycle kick, if you remember Albert from Test and Albert in the 2000s. Left hand landed by Edwards. Edwards has landed 10 of 12 leg kicks, 83% of his leg kicks, with 30 seconds left to go in round number 2. Another leg kick landed by Covington. Feigning the right hand. Circling around the octagon. Excuse me. 15 seconds now left to go in the round. And Covington, looking for anything, goes for a head kick that lands on the wrist of Leon Edwards. Ooh, and both men throwing some hard right hands, and that'll be the end of round 2. And another 10-9 round for Leon Edwards as Colby Covington not able to get in any sense of rhythm in terms of strikes, not able to go for any takedown attempts, not able to utilize his wrestling. Not a lot is working right now for the challenger. And is he trying to keep the fight standing? Is it setting it up for the championship rounds to go for the wrestling and maybe pull a submission or use his striking there? But we're not really, I don't know what we're seeing from Colby Covington right now, aside from the same problems he's had in every other big fight situation against someone who can keep him standing. And we see the leg kicks. 87% efficiency from Covington, from Edwards. And Covington has just been, that right thigh, you can see a bruise, you can see a solid welt on that right thigh.
Put your stats up for you if you want to look at them.
Thank you, sir. You take a look at the stats on the screen.
Finally figured it out. Jesus.
Oh, we're proud of you. As we enter round number 4, Covington now trying to go for, round number 3, Covington trying to go for the takedown. Kick to the knee, landing by Edwards. Oh, both men trying to get a little frisky here. Kick to the body did not land. Aaron Bronstetter from TSN saying it's 10-9 Edwards, 20-18. Weird fight. Covington reserved barely resembles himself. Brett Okamoto saying it's Covington's not being able to keep up with the speed. Throws a left-right combination, does the challenger. Now trying to figure out a rhythm, trying to keep Edwards on his back foot. But it is Covington whose back is getting closer and closer to the fence. Overhand left, missed by Covington. Kick to the knee, and it is weird that there's a British champion fighting an American challenger around the time of the Boston Tea Party. Edwards avoiding another kick from Covington, who switches his stance 3 times in the last 10 seconds. Head kick attempt by Edwards does not land. Covington again circling the octagon, keeping his hands high, protecting that chin. So he continues to circle around the octagon, jab, and then there's a solid right hand landed by the champion. Covington opened up and continuing to go to the back of that knee, continuing to kick at the leg of Colby Covington. Left-right combination. Going for the takedown is Covington. Covington looking more of himself here in this round. And now Edwards trying to take the back of Colby Covington. Covington holding Edwards in place and now taking Edwards, trying to get him into the Brigham Young position, and does. First time in this fight, we'll see Covington do what he does best and possibly try to even the odds here against the champion. And Edwards gets back up to standing in a head kick. And Covington barely misses, barely gets caught with that one. And now Covington going after Edwards. Show the fight, you jackass. Fuck you. Edwards takes Covington down now.
Well, that's not nice.
As Covington inside control on his side. Now on his stomach. But gets back up. And Edwards, both men back to a standing position, stifled Covington's first real attempt at a takedown and got them back up to standing. Very different from what we saw in the co-main event. Covington landing a left hand after a left hand landed by the champion. Minute 48 left to go. Covington trying to load up that left hand again. Right-left combination thrown by Covington. Left hand thrown by the champion. Both a little tired here. Another left hand thrown by Edwards. After their first significant grappling campaign of the fight. Covington lunging with a right-left combination doesn't land. Followed up by a leg kick that misses. Covington getting hit by a leg kick. A glancing blow by the champion. Minute 20 body kick landed by Covington, but Edwards trying to push it away. Minute 15 body kick missed by the champion. Left hand thrown by Edwards. Left hand missed by Covington. It caught the forearm of Covington. Covington keeping his hands high and trying to circle. This is the best he's looked all fight, but it's still more than likely going to be a 10-9 round for the champion. As he continues to put the pressure on the former Oregon State Beaver. Kick to the ankle, and Edwards finds a way out of the takedown attempt after Covington tried to pick the ankle. 42 seconds left to go in the round. Coming in with the left hand was Covington. That doesn't land. Covington was way more aggressive in this round than he's been all fight. But Edwards is still bringing the fight to Colby Covington. Leg kick followed up by a leg kick. Covington kind of lands it. Edwards lands a little more emphatically. 15 seconds left to go in the round. Missing the knee as Covington tried to follow it up with a left hand. Did not go. And Edwards will walk into round 4 with what I would say to be a 3-0 lead for the defending champion on the scorecards. MG, if you're seeing this fight differently, if the chat sees this fight differently, I don't know, but right now, it does feel to me that Leon Edwards is in control of this fight. Colby Covington got it early in the third round.
And the odds are going that way too. So
Let's take a look at the live odds. It is plus 750 for Colby Covington, minus 1450 for Leon Edwards. It is a problem now for the challenger.
I also have your stats up. You can significantly see the point there. Total strikes.
Yeah. So everything. Covington has thrown 111 strikes. He has landed 27. Leon Edwards has thrown 80 and he's landed 45. That is not a great ratio as we begin round number 4. Covington, all the Colby Covington fans right now, not necessarily hyped as we enter the championship rounds. And former interim champion Covington has been in this position quite a few times in his career. But outside of that one interim title fight, head kick attempt by Covington does not land. What were you going to say, Matt? Ooh, coming in with the right hand, Covington doesn't land it.
This was their second fight. They fought before, right?
No, this is their first time fighting. Covington again going for the takedown. Cannot get that takedown. Edwards pressed up against the fence, holding on to the neck, and Covington had to spin out of it because it looks like, it looked like for a second, Leon Edwards almost had him in something. That was a risky move by Covington, who's got that cut on his cheek opened back up. And keeping it very defensive here is Colby Covington, keeping his hands up very high, trying to work that low kick, trying to work the leg kick. And you can see there's about 2 to 3 different points on the thigh and the knee of Colby Covington, that right leg. He has not switched up that stance, and he is galloping hard around the octagon now. Some heavy bruising, and then another left hand from the champion to the cheek, that cut cheek of Colby Covington, and following it up with another leg kick. Edwards, 49 of 89, 59% of significant strikes. Covington, 22 of 116, 19%. He missed one. Edwards landed one and missed one since those stats were put up. 307 in counting here in the 4th round for the UFC welterweight title. Matt Ryan joined by Stephanie Sotili and MG Geek. Kick to the midsection, right to the stomach by Edwards to Covington. Covington has thrown more, landed less by a significant margin, steps in, and that was a solid right-left combination by Covington. Covington lands a right hand, tries to go for another takedown with 2:35 left to go in round 4, and Edwards pressing himself up against the fence to try to stop any of Covington's momentum. Covington will get them both down to the ground, but Edwards will hold on to the arm of Covington and get back up to a vertical base. Now Edwards trying to get the arm underneath the neck of Covington. Could try to pull a guillotine here. Edwards, 6 of 7 on takedown defense. 86% of the takedowns thrown by Covington. All but one have been stifled by the champion. Covington now will have to get back to a vertical base as Edwards finds a way out of Covington's wrestling. Left hand in that one. Covington, then we'll stop. It says Covington might have got hit in the dick. He says he's good to go. No ding-dong ping-pong there as we'll keep moving on. 137 left to go in round number 4. Feigning trying to check that kick, but Covington has to be... Oh, and there's a left hand! Pardon me, a right hand from Leon Edwards. Covington came in with a left. Doesn't fully land it. Minute 18, still trying to spam that overhand left. Followed up by our 2 rights. Covington now trying to turn up the heat here, trying to turn up the gas with 1:09 left to go. And Covington will be walked back with Edwards with his back to the fence, trying to keep the arm of Covington from getting underneath the hip so he can try to do a single or double leg takedown. And if you're watching this fight, Edwards stuffs it again, gets Covington, and wraps him around. And now Covington has Edwards on. He's got Edwards' back. But Edwards trying to slip out of it here. It looked like the champion was trying to get a little too fancy, try to get a little too flashy, and now has himself in some trouble. 34 seconds left to go. In round number 4, this might be the first real trouble Leon Edwards sees himself in. He finds himself back up to a vertical base and then gets Covington down in the Luther Campbell, pushes him back up, and both men up to a vertical base with 19 seconds left to go. Covington lands a left hand, but keeping his hands up. Leg kick by Edwards. 10 seconds left to go in the 4th round. Covington misses with a left hand. Body kick lands by Edwards, and we will go to the 5th and final round here in Las Vegas. A lot of us predicted that we would see the 5th round, and Covington, scratched, marked, and cut, will walk back after having a statistically not great first 3 rounds. Covington having his best round in the 4th, but it's still, to me, feeling like a 10-9 round for Leon Edwards. And Matt, if you're seeing the same fight as me, and I think the odds makers are, -720 plus 500, some of the action moving down. Covington showing some skill in that one. But I don't think that might have pushed the odds a little bit, but I don't think that pushed the scorecard all that much.
No, it moved the odds. They moved again. Back in Edwards. So those up in a second. Oh, shit. It keeps changing. Damn it.
It's -1 now. -16? Oof.
I keep typing.
And here we go with the 5th and final round. Covington keeping his hands up. Edwards, the aggressor, leading with his left. Head kick attempt by Edwards does not land. Covington keeping that hand up. 4:45 left to go in this welterweight title fight. Edwards blocks a kick from Covington. Tried to go high, but it almost hit the nipple. Low leg kick avoided by Edwards. Covington throws a right, eats a right. 4:20 left to go as Edwards looks to blaze a path to victory and remain the UFC welterweight champion. Takedown attempt by Covington, and he gets an impressive takedown, but Edwards getting right back into it, presses his back up against the octagon fence, and has Covington going back to work to try to keep him down. The second or the third takedown of the fight for Covington, who's trying to stall Edwards here.
So Covington needs a finish, right?
He needs to finish the submission. He needs to do something in the next 3:38 to make sure that the judges don't decide this fight. And Covington gets back up to a vertical base, and he gets Covington down now, does Edwards, and now he has him in the Luther Campbell position. And Covington almost in trouble. Edwards trying to lock in a choke and trying to slip in underneath with 3:13 left to go. And Covington bleeding from the nose now as Edwards has the back of Covington. Covington on his back, not fully taken. And now the champion will turn things around in Grapevine and now in the Luther Campbell, and now climbed up Colby Covington's head, and his leg is currently grapevined around the neck of Colby Covington. Covington now in trouble. Covington trying to roll out of this and gets deeper into a triangle, and Covington finds a way out with 235, and now Covington on top, and now trying to throw right hands at almost the back of the head of Leon Edwards. 2:29 left to go. Best opportunity for Covington in this fight. In the pocket, he's got to posture up and mount up and throw some strikes. He's got to go for a knockout or go for a submission here. He is just dragging Edwards on the mat. He is in top position. You can see a cut on Edwards' knee. There's a gash on the right knee. Right now, the props to watch the over -235 for 4.5 rounds. That one has been surpassed. 2 minutes left to go in the fight now. Covington needs to get a stop. He needs to defeat Leon Edwards, who has beaten him statistically in almost every category tonight except strikes thrown. Minute 48 left to go. Covington in top position, inside control, on top with Edwards on his back. A rare sight from the champion in this fight. Punch to the ribs and the thigh by the challenger. Minute and a half left to go. Edwards scrambling to keep Covington from climbing up his body. Edwards with a minute 24 left to go. Covington trying to lock in a submission. A minute 19 left to go. And, of course, my stream stops working. And still in the same position before. Covington punching the ribcage, trying to catch up to the stat count, trying to spam some punches maybe. With under a minute left to go. Continuing to punch the ribcage of the champion is the challenger. And the champion in trouble for the first time really in this fight, but not in a position to where this fight could end in the next 42 seconds. Things can happen, but right now, Colby Covington will win the 5th round, but will not win this fight unless he can get a stop. 30 seconds left to go in the fight. Covington, inside control, the champion's leg grapevined, the champion on his back, 20 seconds left to go. Punching to the side of the head, Covington trying to get a stop, trying to turn this one around. 15 seconds left to go until we go to the scorecards in Las Vegas. 10 seconds now. Covington's time winding out, trying to prevent this from being a 5-0 shutout and make it 4-1. And with 2 seconds left to go, we will go to the scorecards in Las Vegas. Colby Covington trying to act like he won the fight. He might have won the round, but that don't mean you got to chip him up. And Matt, is there any online conversation about Colby being the one winning this fight, or am I just fucking seeing things?
No, I think everybody knew who was going to win this. So the question I have, does Colby make a plea to the other endeavor?
He wouldn't work there. He wouldn't work there.
No, I know he wouldn't, but
no, I mean his what he does wouldn't work there.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, would he ask? would he do something like, "Hey"?
I don't know what it would be and who it would be with. Mm-hmm. Who would want to do business with? This is me asking a legitimate question. Who do we put in that spot? Who do you think is the guy?
Right now, I don't know, but I'm just saying, he clearly has a wrestler persona. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but
and now that we have this cross thing going on, I just wonder if they would say, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't do any more UFC fights," but
I don't know. I don't know if he would be the. I wouldn't want him to be the guy to do it.
Yeah, where is he?
And there's no way he's going to AEW. I don't think that happens.
No, even though he's already been there. He's already been there. Yeah.
But let's get the official decision, which is brought to you by Tekken 8 on the stream. They scored the contest 49-47, 49-46, 49-47. Unanimous decision. Leon Edwards remains the welterweight champion. And Edwards will stand triumphant. He'll get the UFC title placed around his waist, and Colby Covington has copped the walk, will not shake his hand, will not do anything. And hot damn, Leon Edwards walks out of the final UFC pay-per-view of 2023, still world champion. And that was a great display by Leon Edwards. That was one of the best smartest fights I think we've seen him fight. And
he's a stud. He's
who's
a
next?
definite stud. So, Matt, before we sign off, and
Yes.
what is, when you think of the premier division in UFC, is it this division? Is it heavyweight? Is it, does it matter who the top star is, or who do you think
I feel like it's more about the brand than it is there's no real top draw now. Maybe John Jones, if Conor comes back. Like, that's it. Like, there's not Ronda.
So,
like,
so it's involved with the star.
There's not a lot of huge pay-per-view drivers. Like, Leon can be the guy. They have Steven. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. But I feel like this is the marquee division. I feel like there's others that are in play, but it's this in heavyweight right now, in my opinion. But
yeah,
we will wind down here because it is 1:17 in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, and people be tired. But this is the end of our monthly shows, and we've been doing this almost every month for the last almost 4 years. So I want to thank you for watching us, whether you were with us on SBN MMA, MMA Mania, and Combat Culture, any point in between, or here on Mat Men. Thank you so much. MG, thank you for being a great producer and a great resource for this show.
Buddy.
And Steph, thank you for being a great co-host when called upon and a fantastic admin when not called.
I'm more like the third mic. I think so.
Well, yeah, but this is still co-host. But for all of us here at Mat Men, we say so long for now. And we're back. Oh, we'll be back for UFC 300